Everything's been done under the fucking sun, bro. Everything. Bro.
You got to be real weird to be original these days.
That is
real
true.
weird.
You gotta touch DMT. You gotta.
I don't know about that.
You gotta touch DMT to see some new shit, bro. Honestly, that's where it's gone to.
Even that's getting cooked
even
by Joe Rogan and his friends.
Even that's being
the fifth dimension's kind of washed at this point. Too many people have gone through.
Who would have known, bro, that even that would just be fucking.
That's just too normal, bro.
Gentrifying the fifth and sixth dimensions. You can't have shit, dude.
Honestly, bro. What the fuck, dude? That's crazy, dog. The fact that fucking you could just gentrify the fifth dimension, like what the hell?
Brother, humanity leaves no stone unturned. That is for sure.
You can gentrify anything.
Yeah.
Dog.
True.
There's no challenge too hard.
What hasn't been gentrified?
That's a good question.
Think about that.
That's a very good question. Bro, they
Probably
do fucking,
the ocean because we keep dumping shit.
That
in
is
it.
true.
It's like the opposite of gentrification.
The ocean's where we just dump everything we don't want.
Yeah.
But they even fucking have like tours of like tribes that have never met man or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck?
Oh,
and then they get
that shit's so fucked up.
And then they get their fucking wig split, and
yeah,
they're
they
like,
get fucking mollywopped.
Why?
Yeah.
They get fucking mollywopped, and they wonder why. I'm like, well, brother, they've never seen people like you before.
They've never seen a white dude ever. Have they never seen a white guy in sandals?
Not. Probably not.
Cargo shorts, high socks, and sandals.
Yeah.
Walks up with the "I'd rather be gaming" T-shirt on.
Drinking a yerba mate.
Yeah.
Looking at brown and black people at sport.
Bro, literally like walking around like they're a fucking zoo, like on a
Yeah.
safari. Like, oh, look
Yo,
at that
I
guy
didn't even
over
think
there.
about it that way.
That shit's so fucked up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'd kill us too.
Me too. 100%.
Yeah.
No survivors, dog.
Weapons of mass destruction, bro.
WMDs.
That's what we need, bro. We need more of those.
Allegedly, when Eli Roth shot his film Green Inferno, I've never seen it. I heard it wasn't that good, like most stuff he does, but he filmed it with one of those tribes that had never been contacted by the outside world, and they'd never seen anything. He showed them a fucking TV. I don't know how. They actually coped with it pretty well, but he showed them Cannibal Holocaust and was like, this is what I want to make, essentially. And they said that they loved the film and were like down to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And thus he made the movie.
Okay.
What the fuck?
But I'm just surprised that they coped with the
Well,
technology so well. They were like,
I
okay.
heard that a lot of those tribes, like the majority of them, it's all bullshit that they like don't interact with civilization. Like they straight up go into towns and like trade their goods.
Where'd you hear that?
A lot of people say that.
Okay.
I mean,
Who are they?
I'll look it up.
Okay.
But
Jamie, pull that shit up.
I'm asking for a source.
Yeah.
well, I don't fucking memorize the shit.
Okay, well, that's why you're looking it up, right?
But I did hear because a lot of, I mean, you look at them and they're all wearing fucking t-shirts and shit. It's like they didn't make the fucking t-shirts.
I've never
and the jeans.
seen that.
Have you
What
not
the
seen
fuck?
that?
No.
Yeah, that's like
They're
a whole thing.
They're wearing.
There was like all these fucking videos on TikTok of people being like, "Oh, I'm visiting this long lost tribe that doesn't interact with civilization," and they're wearing fucking Levi jeans, bro. And I'm
They're
like,
wearing-
come on, gang.
They're
Like,
wearing the,
Well, that doesn't work. I'm talking about when you see a motherfucker wearing a loincloth, you know,
Yeah.
his fit was, you know, pieced together by with leaves and,
like,
and
like
hide.
a caveman.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
thinking the little loincloth, but it was like it had like a graphic on it.
Then I would be suspicious. But yeah, no,
it was like made out of silk or
I've
something.
seen those like drone shots of the dudes where it's like, yeah, it looks like time has not touched them.
Has anyone made corduroy underwear?
what the
What
fuck?
is that about? No, I don't think that would feel
I'm just thinking
good.
about like the
Yeah.
corduroy cloth, like the caveman cloth that.
It's not corduroy. What you mean?
Like, I honestly don't know where I'm going with this, but
Okay.
But anyways, what was your point?
What was my point? Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen any of these guys that wear Converse and and have you know, t-shirts. I've seen the guys in the loincloths with the sticks,
Yeah.
taken from like drones going overhead or whatever. But never seen this. So
That's the shit you always see though. Like the fucking. I think the most aren't the. What is it? Like the majority of them are in Brazil.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's Brazil.
Like
Brazil.
But what do we learn or?
Look, all I'm saying, survival internationalists says most of them aren't actually uncontacted, but that they do still conduct trade with their neighbors. It's just not on a large scale. So it's just for specific goods and services that they can't do in their tribes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
This might be Facebook news.
So is it supposed to be like not? So then when we say uncontacted,
I think it's more so like they don't
society.
They
at
like
large?
they have like their own thing. They're not a part of society,
Well, that
but
makes
it's like
sense.
they still come in and like buy fucking food or something if they really need it. Or whatever.
Okay.
They're not gonna like die off.
Yeah.
Like, but they just don't partake in actual society.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It was making, I don't know, what I'm about to bring up might be Facebook news, but
Of course.
I saw a thing on Instagram where it was like those uncontacted tribes were suing Elon Musk because of Starlink, because they all got addicted to like porn. They all got addicted to X and XX.
Wait, what? What does that got to do with Starlink?
What?
I think that's probably
I'm just trying to figure
fake,
that out.
But I think it's because he said that he was gonna like give Starlink to like everybody. So like all the places that don't have internet would get Starlink, and that's like all the people who live in like forests and shit in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably where that came from. But I don't even think that happened.
Man, I'm super lost because how the fuck, like, what would they run Starlink on?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, how does that work?
I don't know, bro.
What is Starlink for now that we're here? What
It's
is
like-
it?
That's what
like
I was
that-
gonna say. Isn't that the shit where you put in your brain
No,
too?
brother.
That's Neuralink.
That's
Oh
Neuralink.
fuck, bro.
No, Starlink's
I'm getting
the
my
one,
sources.
Starlink's the one where it's like internet. I think it's just like satellite internet, which has been done before, but I guess just on a bigger scale.
Okay.
So like you can get internet anywhere basically, as long as there's like a
Mm.
satellite that can beam the internet down to you. It's just like it's slow internet, but it's like it's made for so everybody can get
It's just
internet.
one fat fucking 5G ray
That's what I'm saying. Direct 5G straight to your brain.
straight to my fucking balls.
Put my head right in front of the fucking receiver thing. Turn me gay as fuck, bro.
What the fuck?
Damn, since DMT verses are being gentrified, you got to go into the 5G. Put your dome in the 5G, see what happens.
Yeah. That'd be
Oh,
crazy.
okay. Are you guys going?
God Loves Ugly, episode 7.
Fuck yeah.
We've been going on for a long time. I forgot we even started.
With no intros.
With no introduction.
Fuck it, dude. That's what it's about, bro.
New setup.
Cold intros. New setup. Look at this fire. This fire ass setup. Bitch.
Oh, yeah.
How about them apples? But the fuck were we talking? The Neuralink shit? No, the Starlink shit. All right, which one would you rather hit? Would you rather hit the multiverse for the rest of your life, or the DMT verse?
Wait, what do you mean the multiverse? What does
The
that even mean?
the multiverse is infinite, no?
Not the what the fuck is what's Facebook's fucking
Oh, the
metaverse.
metaverse.
dude? See all this coded language they do to like just hijack.
I mean,
the
it's not
whole
really
fucking
too coded.
name.
The company who owned, they called themselves Meta.
Yeah, metaverse.
Metaverse. If you think about it, it's not too crazy.
Yeah, but it just the name becomes so popularized that you what you call it?
Remember when they were trying to make that shit like they were talking about they sunk hundreds of billions of dollars or whatever into it. They're like, this is gonna be the future, and then it fucking failed. Bro.
People were
Everything
buying.
looks like shit. They had the Zuck going around with his little avatar with no legs or anything.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yes,
you know
you're
what the
right.
best
I
one
do
was
remember
is the one where they would put tits on him.
Wait, are you talking about the thing that they premiered in the setting they decided to premiere it
Yes.
in was the devastation of
Yeah.
Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? Break that the fuck
It was
down.
when there was like the hurricane in Puerto Rico, and that's
can you,
when they
can you pull that up?
Yeah.
Pull that shit up, Jamie.
Just if not a video, screenshots, because what was it? It was supposed to be like a multi-reality sort of thing, right? So it was like VR, but you could go around like live feeds and like explore actual places.
Yeah.
So like think of Google Maps, but you could actually like go there with your like headset and like look around at everything live.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
but they decided to showcase this technology to the public for the first time in Puerto Rico, right after they got hit by that fucking hurricane. And you just see people like carrying their entire life on their backs, like flooded streets, like looking for water. And Zuckerberg's like, yeah, this is going to be the technology of the future.
Dude, that's dystopian as fuck. What the hell?
It's definitely a top dystopian moment.
That's like r/late stage capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah,
Post
definitely.
right there.
I know that seems like something you'd see in like Cyberpunk, right?
It's a good 5,000 up dudes, dude. But anyways, yeah. So they were broadcasting their new fucking.
And it wasn't just. I mean, you expect this type of thing from Zuck, but like there were like 2 other people on there too that were just like, wow, this is incredible. It's like families wading through high waters with like the tiniest little bit of water left in their like bottle in their entire house on their backs, and they're like, yeah, so I can really get a whole 360 view of anything in the area, and we could just go up this road here, and people are like dying. It was fucking insane.
I've never even heard of that.
No, we definitely gotta show you the video.
Like what the fuck, dude?
Because it was a whole presentation. It was like what? It was probably like an hour-long presentation.
Yeah.
That shit was like E3.
I think it was when they were unveiling the metaverse. I think it was like the first big one.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Dude, what's fucking hilarious is when they were buying property in the fucking in the metaverse. Snoop Dogg was buying like a plot of fucking.
Was that the meta?
I forgot about that.
Was it the metaverse or was it?
It's
because there was this other thing that was like a crypto metaverse.
Yeah, that's
where fools were like buying like beachfront fucking property for like millions of dollars in Bitcoin, and they were like, "This shit's gonna be the future, dog." Of course, it doesn't exist anymore, but
that's just like the rich doesn't know what to do with their money. They're just so fucking rich that there's just like nothing to do but to like just throw money at shit now. I'm just gonna buy land in this make believe
virtual land.
I'm buying this make believe fucking place. I'm buying a beachfront house.
The whole problem, that shit is so stupid because the whole thing with value is that value is built upon scarcity. When something is virtual, it's fucking infinite as to how much you can have. There's no no value.
Really, don't say that to them, because when you tell those crypto dudes that shit exists, they get fucking pissed off.
You're right.
They're like, it is scarce. There is real scarcity with it. There's only X amount of Bitcoin in existence.
But you can just print more. You can just make more.
Like think about
the fact that we have the ability to even print real life money, which causes inflation, obviously, but it's like the same thing would happen. Yeah. Because if you've placed value on this shit and then they just print more, which is like also with the internet, it's like, it's not like I feel like a physical thing is so much easier to regulate. Mm-hmm. There's going to be bootleggers and people just making shit. I'm surprised there isn't like bootleg Bitcoin at this point, to be honest.
That's the scam coins.
There's like,
shit, no?
I was going to say, there's like a million coins that are like called like Bitcoin 1 or whatever, or like they changed like a letter in Bitcoin because there's no fucking regulation on it. You can do whatever you want. I was about to say,
yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it's and then watch one of those if it gets. I mean, obviously Bitcoin's been around for a long time, so it has that going for it. But if one of these other things like happens to blow up, it's like, well, there goes the value of your precious Bitcoin.
Yeah,
it was like 2020, 2021 when they were saying they were gonna like when Bitcoin or like cryptocurrency was gonna be like. Kind of like Visa is like they were like they were like gonna usher in like
some stupid ass businesses were like, we accept Bitcoin here. Like I don't know where that went.
Like Bitcoin ATMs and shit.
They do. They still have crypto ATMs, dog. Like what the fuck do you do with that?
Dork going and cashing out.
You got your little USB drive or whatever to put in.
Just robbing make believe.
Can you imagine sticking up a motherfucker at the Bitcoin ATM? Take his USB drive.
Yeah.
Run that shit, homie.
That shit's so insane.
I only got 0.5 ETH though.
What if you didn't even intend it? What if you rob a fool? You think it's a normal ATM, and he's like, "Okay, here, take it," and hands you a USB.
Like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Like, what the fuck is this?
I'd be like, "Give me your pants." Strip.
Hey yo.
Hand me the Skechers you got on.
Nah, bro. That shit is dystopian.
I thought you were a crypto bro. Fire.
Fuck no. I dabbled with it. I had my fun with it for sure. I made a band off that shit, bro.
Did you?
Yes, bro.
I played with it. I only broke even.
Yeah, I legit made a band. Like,
No, I believe you. Like people make money on it.
yeah.
It's just not like something you should really like put your whole life into.
No,
That's
fuck
all.
You get
no,
that,
what the fuck?
that Donald J coin or that Melania coin?
No, bro.
Come on, bro. That's the truth.
Should I have done it for the meme?
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Nah, but yeah, no, I was what was I doing? I don't know what I was thinking. I was just getting into it or whatever, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna run it up. I'm gonna drop what I put like 250, I think. Dude, in a week I made a band, bro.
That's crazy in a week.
Bro,
Well, you got
in
in at a good time,
week,
man.
bro.
Yeah, that's always the thing with it is like it's so volatile. You know, the trends go up and down. But yeah, if you get in at the right time, you can definitely make money. I've known people that have made like
Yeah, but
money on it.
I got burned
Little
too.
bit.
I didn't leave unscathed, gang.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can see that.
I got burned, brother.
Yeah.
No, I lost. Ultimately, I made bread, but I lost like $500, like from my initial investment or whatever. I was like,
Right.
damn,
I
$500
knew-
bucks. Where the fuck does that money go? That shit is a
Into the
scam,
ether,
bro.
dog. I knew this one fool that when like
Whose pocket does it go to?
the GameStop shit was going on, he put a bunch of money into the GameStop stocks and
Mhm.
made like a few $1,000s off of it.
That's
Made a few thousand off of that,
crazy,
and at
bro.
the same time he put money into Dogecoin when it like first came out. He was like 15 years old or something like that because this fool was like way younger than we were,
Mhm.
and he made like a band off of Dogecoin, the fucking like penny crypto or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Because it went up to like 5 cents or something like that. And it was like enough to make him like a band or two.
That's so crazy.
I'm like,
Scare mo-
dog.
Scare money don't make no money, bro.
But then the shit coins now are just like known to
Literally every
be
single.
used to be
There's
scammed,
none of them
to
fucking work.
scam people.
All these
Yeah.
fools are like, hold fucking. What is it? I see some shit.
Diamond hands.
Well, yeah, but I see this one that everyone talks about on like Twitter and TikTok and shit. Fuck, it's like XRP or
Mooncoin?
XPR or something like
That
that.
sounds familiar.
I think it's XR. I don't remember.
To
Some
the
X
moon
something.
coin.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, fucking hold it, hold it. They've been saying this for like a year now, and they're like, dog, I swear to you, 6 months from now, this shit is gonna be, it's gonna be the next Ethereum. It's still like $5 a share or whatever. So I'm like,
That's what everyone
damn.
says about their coin. The Bitcoin. No,
It's so
Bitcoin's gonna
funny.
be the next currency. Ethereum's gonna be the next Bitcoin. Ethereum's gonna be the next. Or no, Solana's gonna be the next Ethereum.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Bro,
about
what was
Solana.
didn't the in El Salvador they started
Yeah, they like
taking
they like
fucking
were
Bitcoin is,
spearheading
like,
the whole fucking the Bitcoin shit.
because that
Whatever.
fool's
Like
what
their
is that
economy
fool's-
was gonna run on it.
What
or
is that fool's
something.
name? The president of El Salvador. He's a fucking weirdo.
Fucking who fucking knows?
I can't remember, but
It's not American.
he's like a whole crypto bro
Mhm.
kind of guy. He's real into crypto.
I don't know, bro. That shit is just
He's a piece of
gay,
shit.
bro. I don't know, bro. Like
What the fuck?
the whole crypto shit, bro. Come on, dude.
Let's put this podcast on the blockchain.
Yo.
I don't know what
Wait.
that means.
I was gonna say the blockchain has definitely been gentrified. What am I talking about?
I think it started gentrified. I don't think there was any point where the blockchain wasn't a.
Could you imagine?
It was an
just
avenue
gentrified
to
out the
gentrify shit. What the hell?
go? Just gentrified out the go. Fuck, bro. It's an evil
I
world.
feel like it was
man.
always just like rich people doing it.
Most definitely, bro. What the fuck? I'm saying, like, dude,
How do you gentrify that which came from gentrification, bro?
dude.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Those are the questions that need answers to, bro. Holy fuck, bro.
That's the philosophical debates we gotta have in 2025, dog.
No one's even talking about Bitcoin anymore, bro.
And they definitely are, dog. Go
Really?
on Twitter, go on Elon Twitter, Trump Twitter, all that shit. Popping off about Bitcoin and all that shit. They
Bro,
love it, dog. They love it.
We're definitely in a recession, bro. When you got the president talking about fucking coins and shit.
He's got his own coin, bro.
It's
all I'm
all
saying.
computer.
It's all computer. Okay, have you guys seen the shit where
Hmm.
you bet on like things that are like current events and
Yes.
shit?
Yes,
like
bro,
people
there-
were betting on like the
Yes.
election, people bet on like will Russia send X amount of troops into Ukraine in the next 6 months, and you fucking bet crypto on it.
Oh, it's with crypto.
I think.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming it's with crypto. A lot of those kinds of
Yeah.
things are with crypto, so I'm assuming
okay.
it is. Most of like the betting shit that you can do everywhere is all with crypto, so they can
no
say,
wonder.
"Oh, we didn't know that they were in whatever state that doesn't allow betting,"
Right.
but that shit's fucking crazy.
Nah, fuck it. They were betting on when Queen Elizabeth would die.
Yeah, yeah. That shit's insane.
Like what
dog.
month?
That's a trip. It reminds me of the episode. I don't know if you ever saw. Did you guys ever watch The Office?
I want to bet on
I
suicide.
didn't watch it.
Damn. There's an episode on The Office though where like they a couple of the guys are like super addicted to gambling and they're like first they're betting on sports but then the season's over and they're like I gotta scratch that itch and they just start betting on shit around the office like like you know how much you want to bet like this person's gonna come in at this time or they're gonna talk about this for the first thing they say today or whatever and they're just like scratching and itching and throwing money in a pot. Sounds like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, y'all don't want my politics on. Y'all don't want my politics on gambling, bro.
Just say it, bro. I can tell you want to say it so bad. Just tell us.
That shit is for degenerates, bro.
What a brave take. Gambling is bad. What a brave take. Y'all don't want my hot take.
Should I
don't
be
like
a
gambling.
contrarian? Gambling is good for society.
I've already said that on this podcast.
It boosts the
On
economy.
like episode 1 or something, I said we're pro gambling on here. So
Oh, fire.
our
I've never
position's
really
no.
gambled. I've only done it in games, like GTA and whatever
Red Dead Redemption.
casino simulators. Yeah, but I'm ready to make it to the. I'm ready to do it for real.
You ready to?
I'm
take
ready
that leap?
to. I'm ready to hit on 16.
Bro, I didn't even
Gotta
think
be
about
careful
it
with that
way.
language, bro. It can be clipped out of context.
I hit that 16.
Oh, shit.
Hey, yo.
All
Nah.
right.
What?
Road trip. We're going to Vegas. Shooting guns. Getting rich off the casino's back.
No, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go gamble, shoot guns, fuck prostitutes, not strippers. Go, yeah. What does that sound? Does that sound better?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. If that's what you want to do.
Let's
do your
learn
thing.
how to count cards. Let's learn how to scam these motherfuckers because you know their whole shit is on how they can scam you.
You gotta
better.
know how many decks they're using.
Oh really? Oh, so you've looked into this?
Well, no, I mean that's just how it works. Because the casinos usually use more than one deck.
Oh, okay.
So like you'll be playing poker with
Yeah.
3 decks of cards.
Yeah.
So then you got to know they're counting or they're playing with 3 decks of cards. You got to triple everything that you would count in 1 deck of cards. I'm not smart enough for this shit, dog. I can't do it.
Now we could do it.
The 3 of us coming together to cheat at poker.
Yeah. Is it illegal to cheat casinos?
Nah, it can't be, bro. There can't be any laws about cheating casinos.
Have you
What
guys?
are they?
I feel like there definitely are. I mean, you'll get kicked out and they won't give you your money.
Well,
for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, that's not illegal though.
I mean, it's not illegal, but you're going to lose your money because
Okay.
they'll take the bet.
Yeah. No, that's
So
what
we
I mean.
come
Though
out
I'm like,
negative.
I'll take that risk if I don't go to prison. If I don't go to jail, I'll take that risk. But if but I'm like the concept. I'm like, if you're telling me you could take me to jail for trying for fucking around, nah, come on now. I don't think they could do that.
I don't know. I don't know if there's laws about that.
It's their business, so of course they could kick you out if they want to. So yeah,
I think
there
they
is
beat
that.
the fuck out of you though.
That is in the movies. It's probably real, to be honest.
I
see
feel
it.
like they probably
I could
would.
see it.
Definitely saw that in
Yeah.
casino.
Yeah, take you to the back.
Yeah.
With some brass knuckles.
No, take you to the back and fucking crush your hands with a hammer.
I don't know about all that. Maybe that's not.
This was the 90s,
That might be a
bro.
movie thing.
No, this was the 70s, bro, or 80s.
Nah,
Well,
dude, they
we're not
put
there
people's
now.
heads
Shit-
in vices.
Shit was
Yeah.
different, bro. You know.
Cranking my skull in.
I'm the vice guy at the casino.
That's my job.
Yeah,
Sign my job offer.
Vice
Man.
City.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Vice City. What
Let's
about
just go
it?
play Vice City.
What isn't Vice City Las Vegas?
Nope,
No, Vice City's
Florida.
Florida.
it's Miami.
What, but who gets no? Because there's
Vegas
not
was
a
in
saying.
was in San Andreas.
No, there's this fuck. I'm blanking. It's
What is this fool talking about?
Nah, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. I'm all over the fucking place. Can you guys carry this
This fool
pod?
spracked off of one Red Bull, bro.
No, I'm not, bro.
What's
Bullin'.
wrong with you? What's
I
wrong
don't
with
know.
you?
I
You've
just
been
can't
fine.
form anything.
You've been
I can't
fine.
form a thought right
All
now.
day, dog. Talk about your concert you went to.
Oh,
It was both of our birthdays last week.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, bro. Dude, that shit was a. I know everyone said that shit was a movie, bro. That shit was a movie, gang. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't. But no, dude. Dude, the SoFi Stadium, fucking huge, dude.
Is it new?
I don't know
Or
if it's
no?
I don't know if it's new. I don't think it's
So,
new,
really?
but
Okay. Yeah, I've never been there. I didn't know
Yeah.
about it because usually if I've seen a show in LA, usually at the Forum.
yeah.
So I've never been
No, I usually when I go to concerts, it's usually like festivals or like you're on the floor and shit. This was like
there. Oh, okay.
this was one of my first concerts
I was
ever.
looking for a stadium for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
seeing someone and they look like a pube, you know, like
Yeah.
like from far away.
Yeah.
But
And so I saw Travis. at the Forum
yeah,
when he was touring Astroworld.
yeah, no, but
It was really dope.
it was definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
I honestly prefer to be on the floor. Obviously, I
Yeah,
think
of course.
everyone,
Yeah.
like,
I saw Wu-Tang on the floor at the
Mhm.
Forum.
yeah,
Hard.
and
Dog, it's such a fucking scam that they make the floor tickets
yes,
so
bro,
fucking
like
expensive.
they just
Like,
fucking
dog, you pay
rape
10
you.
times the amount to not have a seat, to not be able to breathe. I'm like, brother, I just want to be down there to fuck shit up, and you're making me pay 10 times the amount.
Yeah, like what
Mhm.
the fuck, bro?
That shit's insane.
Nah, bruh. Fucking. And so I got there around, like, what, 4 or some shit. We got there pretty early, you know, because we wanted to cop some merch, too, you know. I have the tee somewhere here, but. Yeah, I got there, and DJ Mustard opened. It played some of the bangers, and Kendrick came on. It was a really good fucking performance.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It was very whatchamacallit, obviously West Coast because in LA, but it was definitely a fucking vibe. Like,
Yeah.
The whole experience, like the whole GNX,
Yeah.
the whole shit, whatever. But fuck, dude, what was his best? The best song probably on there was probably maybe Backseat Freestyle.
Yeah.
That shit went fucking crazy.
Yeah, I
dude.
can imagine, man,
Yeah.
on stadium speakers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, and it's like a throwback too. You know,
Yeah.
from fucking Good Kid, Mad City, and
Yeah.
just fucking. He brought out AZ Chike.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so that was a little treat.
For Peekaboo, right?
Yeah,
That's the one.
nah, but
That's tough.
fuck, dude, that shit was sick, bro. But I mean, like I said, I would like to be down there, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
as opposed to fucking.
That's why seeing shows at the observatory is so sick, bro.
Yeah.
That, like GA, like usually like what, between like $20 and $50.
Yeah.
And you're on the floor, like, and it's not even big enough to, like, no matter where you are, you're still pretty close to the
Yeah.
performer.
Dude,
It's too good.
those fucking assholes, dude. They used to sell tickets on their site. Now they gave it to like Ticketmaster, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
you can't even buy directly from.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
okay.
sucks. You used to
It's
literally just
so
log into the
fucking-
site and just buy them right there.
Damn.
But now it's all through Ticketmaster, and Ticketmaster's so
Oh, and they
fucking
fucking
stupid,
tax, don't
dog.
they?
Well, because they tax on like the fees way more than Observatory used to,
Right.
and they do that shit where they're like, if a concert sells like most of the tickets or whatever, then they basically like buy the rest of the tickets and just upcharge them to whatever people are charging, because they're like, oh, these are tickets we're expected to sell out, so they just fucking flip them. It's crazy. I'm like, how the fuck is that even legal?
Bro.
Because it's like, even if all the tickets don't sell out,
Yeah.
they just sell them for whatever the average like resale price is. Like, that's fucked up.
So fucking stupid, bro. Fucking, dude, don't get me started, bro.
Fuck Ticketmaster.
Fuck all those fucking SeatGeek, all those fools, bro. You need a big fat fucking dick, bro. Fuck them.
Whoa.
Cause I'm trying to see, I'm trying to see Dave Blunts, bro.
I'm not trying to see Dave Blunt.
Why are you not trying to see Dave Blunt's?
Because
see
I
Dave
feel
Blunt's
like
for
that
the low.
audience would be probably the worst fucking experience of all time. Sitting in a sea of 12-year-old white kids screaming the N-word all night that's not what I'm trying to see.
Fuck, bro. I guess different strokes for.
Are you trying to be in the oldest dude in there with the rest of it 12-year-old white kids screaming
different
the
strokes
N-word?
for different folks? Yeah.
Are you just admitting right here that you'd be screaming the N-word with these little white boys?
Yeah, I'd be up there
I knew it.
screaming.
Did you see that he tried to clear his name, bro?
Singing HH.
No.
He posted this picture. He posted this picture and the caption was like the real ones know where I stand or something like that. And then because everybody's shitting on him because he wrote like all of fucking Ye's Nazi shit, and then he's like the real ones will know where I stand or something like that, or like my old fans will know where I stand with all of this. And he posted a picture of his wrist like this with the fucking a bead bracelet that says fuck Hitler on it. And it's just funny as fuck because across his whole wrist it says fuck Hitler. Like it's the whole thing is just on this side of his wrist so big. But I'm like, what the fuck, brother? You can't be writing all these songs talking about Hail Hitler and then you're like, bro, the real ones know where I actually stand on this. It's like, come on, brother. You know what you're doing.
It must have taken forever to write. You got big ass fucking arm. Imagine how long do you.
What the fuck? What does that even mean?
Cause fuck, dude, I don't even want to explain the joke. You guys talk, bro. I'm so
It's
bad
okay,
at this
Fred.
right
It's
now,
okay.
bro.
It's okay. It's okay.
Nah.
Yo, Dave Blunt's is fat.
Yeah.
Dave Blunt is fat.
Piece of shit. I'm just kidding. I'd like to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his tour got canceled. He was in the hospital.
His
or whatever.
tour got canceled for being a fat fuck. God damn it, dude. The hell, bro.
Boys got to get healthy again.
I saw this comment on a video of him like recording some new stuff, and they're like, it's crazy that there's like a normal human skeleton and all that.
Yeah, that shit's so funny. I saw that too.
And I'm like, that shit really is crazy. Do your
Right?
like bones
It's like we
flex
have-
or anything?
Yeah, it's like we have the same bones inside of us.
what the fuck,
That's crazy.
bro? It's amazing what our bodies can fucking take.
No, the human body is definitely fucking a wonder.
Bro, the fact that it's even an option to get so big is crazy. Like, I feel like that shouldn't have been coded in. I feel like the limit should have been much lower.
I don't think it was ever coded in our fucking. We used to be, be like
I mean, we got the
hunter
tolerance for
gatherers
it.
and shit,
Somehow our bones got the tolerance for it, bro.
For
So
being
somebody,
fat fucked.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like that'd be a wake up call. Your shit just starts breaking and cracking and fracturing once you get to a certain weight.
that's insane.
Yeah, that'd be
Stand
good.
up, your knees start buckling in on themselves.
I'm pretty sure that happens, bro.
I think it probably does
like,
happen. Yeah.
600 pounds, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, there should be whatchamacallit, fucking, like before you get into a restaurant, like there's like a scale, like in like fat people.
Dog,
Particularly
they
flat-
have that one restaurant in Vegas where it's
yeah.
like if you're over like 500 pounds or something like that, you eat for free.
Yeah. What the?
It was started
fuck?
by a doctor, and this
Oh,
fool,
yeah, I
this
have
fool
heard
like
of this.
lost his medical license and shit because he was doing this, of course, because that's fucked up. But they serve burgers with like fucking 10 patties on them or something
Yeah,
like that.
some crazy shit.
It's
Isn't there
so
there's some type of like reference to like cardiac arrest either in the name
I
or
think
the
that might be.
tagline?
No, yeah, you're
You think
right.
it's
It's
just
called
called
it's
that?
called the Heart Attack Grill.
Oh Jesus,
I
there you
think.
go.
And then they have a burger called like the cardiac arrest, and it's like 15 patties.
And I'm
or
pretty sure
something on
that
it.
like waitresses wear like nurses outfits.
They
and
are,
stuff,
yeah.
too.
They're
Like,
all
that
dressed
I think
up
they
as
slap the
nurses and
shit out of
shit.
you,
They like
too.
they spank
They
you
spank
if
you
you're
and shit,
under
yeah.
500 pounds or whatever.
The hell?
What in the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
just
it's a fucking weird place.
just fetishizing.
We can go there when
being
we go to
fat.
Vegas.
Why the fuck would I want to go there? I'm
watch
not
all
fat.
watch all these fat people get on the scale. Dog, I saw some shit that just upset me. Because I'm like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this on the pod.
Yes, we
Okay.
should.
Okay, we should. It was these
Speak your
ladies
truth.
going to this restaurant and getting on the fucking scale over there, and they all got on, 3 of them, and it was like almost 2,000 pounds or something.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
And they were
actually.
like geeked about it. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah," and jumping around, dancing. I'm like,
Well, they weren't
"Holy
jumping
fuck."
around.
Well, they definitely were not jumping around, but they were slightly moving their bodies like this, talking about yay, yay.
They were jiggling.
I'm like, come on, brother. Like that's not. Don't be happy about that.
Happy. They got the homies together. We're all 2,000 fucking
I'm
pounds.
like, how the fuck is you like 5'6" and 3 of you weigh 2,000 pounds together?
Do the math on that. You gotta be like what? Like no, not even 9. Like each one of them's gotta weigh like 7 point. No, say.
I mean, I think it was like 1,800 pounds or something.
Oh,
like that,
okay,
with 3 of them.
okay.
But still, that's fucking crazy, dog. Why are you excited about that? That's so.
That's
like,
a feat, bro.
Like that. I mean, that is.
That's a human feat.
I guess that
if
is
you
kind of
gotta
an
think about
accomplishment,
it,
to be
bro.
honest. That is an accomplishment.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to be fucking 600 fucking pound or whatever 400 fucking pounds of it in it of itself is a.
You ever seen the videos of people that lose that dramatic a level of weight and then they're like thin, but then they have all this fucking
that shit's
flesh
fucked up.
hanging off them?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
I feel so bad for those people. And
Yeah.
the fucking surgery to get that shit taken off is like expensive as fuck. And nobody covers it because it's technically
cosmetic
surgery.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those people spend like the rest of their lives just like straight up like strapping that shit
Just
around them.
fleshy. Yeah.
It's
That's
like
fucked
a
up.
like a belt.
No, they sew shit to like strap it all, like to hold it all in basically. It's like they wear like 3 compression shirts. How, bro, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's actually fucked
Yes,
up.
it is, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's not that funny. It's like some dude who was like 500 pounds loses
And
all the
lost
weight.
it?
He's a healthy dude now, but he's fucked for the rest of his life because he's poor. That's not fucking funny, dog. What the
It's
fuck?
pretty funny to me.
What? Damn. Fern hates poor people. You heard it here first.
What the fuck,
That's what it sounds like to me, bro. Fern's like, oh, you can't afford that surgery? Fuck you. I'm laughing at you.
No, bro. What's funny to me is how he even got to 500 pounds in the first fucking place, bro.
Fern hates poor people and fat people.
Fuck it. I'm down. I'm down. Give me those labels, bro. Nah, bro.
We'll just get the thing that says like principal or whatever. We're going to get one right here that says fat phobic.
Nah,
in front of
we
us.
got to get one that says racist.
What the fuck? I don't know about that.
Word.
I don't know about that.
No. It's going to be sick. We're going to put the shade book right here. Put racist right here.
Brother.
That makes
All
sense.
inclusive.
Just so they know our politics.
Yeah.
That they're all over the place. There's no consistency.
No, I was
Oh.
saying
have
like
we back.
I have my point.
Okay, what was your point, Fern?
That like I feel like there should be like after a calorie threshold, you know? Like cuz sometimes crumble cookies are like 1,000 fucking calories, bro. One cookie is like 1,000 fucking calories, bro. And I don't know, but there should be I don't know.
Like
I don't
just
know.
a limit on what you're allowed to sell to people.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
You fucked in the head. 1,000 calories for a sweet treat. That's why people are eating themselves to the fucking grave, bro. Like
Yeah,
what
that
the
shit is
hell?
crazy. But it makes money.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of how it works.
Fuck. Bro.
That pesky
Nah, I was
FDA sniffing around.
Mm-hmm. Get them out of here, bro.
Letting everything slide, bro.
I thought we had freedom.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You're right.
I
That
thought
goes
corporations
against
had
attendance.
freedom to make our lives worse. That's freedom. Deregulation.
Yeah, but just think about it this way, bro. Sometimes you want 1,000-calorie burger.
Fuck.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I go to a restaurant and I see a burger that's like 2,000 calories with the burger and fries, and I'm like, I'm still gonna eat it.
Yeah,
And that shit looks good.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
most
mean,
definitely.
Put an egg on that bitch, a piece of cheese, some bacon, some avocado. That shit's 2,000 calories, dog.
But thing is, though, we're also built different. My body can take it.
Yeah, true.
Some of
That
you
is
motherfuckers,
true.
you do that, you're gonna have to work real hard afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
I can process that pretty well.
Dropping
Yeah.
a bomb on your shit, bro. Like you guys were saying before, was the human body able to process this fucking this meat fucking nuke?
Over time, we've
Yeah,
adapted.
I was
We've
gonna say, I
adapted
wonder
to
when
fast
that
food.
point hit when
Right.
we were able to process all these.
Yeah.
all
This
this
fucking
bullshit.
crazy food, bro.
I mean, I
Like
don't
look at
know.
this
I
shit.
feel
I'm
like
drinking
I
fucking
mean, people
petrol.
die so much every year. It's like definitely been a slow
yeah.
adaptation. You know, not all of us adapt
I mean, also
to it.
I feel like the
lot of us
human
die.
body is probably
Only the strong survive, is what you're saying.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I feel like the human body is probably a little stronger than
It's
people like make
definitely
it out to
resilient.
be. You know,
Yeah.
because I'm talking, dog. People are talking about, oh, bring a fucking some chicken nuggets to a Victorian child, they would fucking die. I'm like, no, they fucking wouldn't, dog. They
Yeah,
were
yeah.
eating fucking shit out of the ground. Like, they're not gonna fucking die. They were eating the dirtiest shit imaginable. You think they're gonna die eating processed chicken meat? Like, no.
How many times were they able to bounce back from plagues?
This is exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, these fools were plagued. These fools had all this shit happening to them. There's no fucking way.
Bounce back
Yeah, I
from a
don't-
plague
I
is
don't-
insane.
I don't think McNuggets really
That's
are
not
on the
gonna-
same level
that's
as
not
the
gonna-
Black Plague.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they'd be
Nah,
cool.
brother.
I think the worst thing is that they'd be like, this is better than anything we have.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially if we're talking about like Victorian England.
Yeah.
Bro, you give them a fucking 10-piece with the sauce, extra sauce. Oh shit.
Dog.
Bro, dude, I think
They
about
still won't allow American fast food in a lot of European
Yeah.
countries.
Yes, bro,
to this
you
day,
fucking
they
a lot
know.
kidding me?
of countries in general. they
or not
don't
even
allow
that. Like they're so like
They
there's
change
shit.
it.
Yeah,
They
there's
change
shit
all
that
of it.
we have that they don't fucking have.
Yeah.
And like, well, I heard there was even like fuck, what was it? There's like this special label on like salmon or like fish or some shit, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, and there's like crazy labels on the certain things that like even in Mexico you see like the like you'll see a bag of chips and it'll say exceso
exceso
sodio
sodio.
and all this.
Oh.
Yeah, like
It's got like
on the corner.
straight up like exclamation points all over it
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah,
like
How long did it take for us to ban supersizing?
a long time.
that documentary.
I think that was in like I don't even remember that. That was probably like in the 2000s when they banned
Yeah.
it though.
And I'm like, did it really make a difference? Because now it's like you could just order like you don't have to supersize. You could just start with that.
Not even.
That's
You can just order
'Cause is
two
it
Big
not the-
Macs, gang.
Well, no,
I'd
the
say,
Big
is it
Macs
not the
already
same size
existed,
as like a
but-
large meal?
No, it was
Is
it
it
was
bigger?
big.
It
Like
was
a big
bigger? Oh, okay.
a supersized fry was like straight up like this long. Like it was it was fucking fat. But now you can just order off the app and add fucking 15 patties if you want. Like you can straight up
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
true.
extra 80 cents and you can add a patty. I'm like, dog. That's insane.
This is my America, bro.
Hey man, capitalism always finds a way, baby.
Shit is fire, bro.
Honestly, it's the best system we've ever had.
On God,
Name a better system. I'll wait.
that part.
Name something I agree with more than capitalism. I'll
What were they
wait.
eating in? What do they eat in socialist countries?
That's
were
what I'm
they
saying.
eating in
Dirt,
communist
worms,
countries.
Worms, probably. If they can afford them.
Worms.
Relatives.
Yeah. Eating their own dogs, bro, because they can't afford to wait in line 6 days a week to get a bag of fucking cockroaches.
What the fuck?
You feel me?
All this disdain, bro.
We don't like communism around here, bro. Do you not see this decor?
Honestly, bro.
We're Americans.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Nah, but fucking I think that documentary.
Put that shit away.
Oh, sorry.
God.
I was gonna burn it.
That documentary definitely.
We'll have a book burning for the pod.
That documentary definitely fucked up the bag, bro.
It did.
For
It
McDonald's.
did. Really did, man. They were looking to take that fool out.
Dude, that's what I was just thinking. There's no way that
Like,
you know.
like now, whenever you see people like independent like thinkers and innovators, the comments are always like, "We know you're not suicidal.
Yeah.
Get this man
Yeah.
some security."
Yeah. Nah, Ronald McDonald's gonna piece him up. Ronald McDonald's gonna come in a black hoodie and just murk your shit, bro.
Have you guys seen the guy that is making diesel that's purer than normal diesel out of plastic.
Yeah, I saw that. That shit's kind
And
of
he's
crazy.
actually like he like does presentations like all over the country where he'll
Mhm.
like pour it into like, you know, a diesel engine and it cranks up and it's like it's been lab tested and it's supposed to be like cleaner than
Yeah.
the diesel that we
Really?
usually use. Yeah. So that's why that's what I was kind of referencing. All the comments are like, we know you're not suicidal.
Yeah.
Gee, like this could collapse
Yeah.
a $1 billion industry.
Nah, I'm just thinking of like what other fuel could possibly power a car, you know? You said
Mhm.
drag alcohol? What's that?
Grain alcohol.
Grain
It's
alcohol.
like made out of like corn and shit.
So it's like
They make alcohol out of it, and then
Mm,
I mean I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't looked super deep into it. But
yeah.
But yeah, some like drag cars and stuff use grain alcohol.
Fuck, bro. That's crazy, dude. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell, bro?
It's okay. It's okay. We live in a better society though because we have gas cars and electric cars. Society's better this way.
Yeah.
Think so?
No.
Bro, imagine. I've also seen videos on how crazy it is that, like, just like how modern cities and society is built around, you know, having a car, traveling by car, and how it's like, damn, like, life would be so much easier and more efficient, actually, if everything was, like, walkable. Or, like, even in, like, in Europe, there's a lot more walkability, and in Asia, they have a lot more public transport, and these things are way more efficient, both of these things. And whereas, I mean, the amount of time it takes to, like, build roads, to fix them, and to and the amount of money people have to pour into their vehicles, it's a fucking racket.
Especially you look at, like, cities, like, everything around here, where it's, like, it takes fucking 20 years for them to build an extra lane on the fucking freeway.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at somewhere like China where it's like even their freeways, like if they need to expand it, it takes like a week for them to expand it because they're just so much more fucking efficient and it's government jobs. So they like just hand them out to anybody who needs jobs or whatever.
Yeah.
And they get it done like way fucking faster. Dude. Same thing with like building housing and everything. They're like, oh, we need affordable housing. Let's just, or not even affordable housing because everything there is more affordable. But
that's why everyone in Europe's so fucking skinny too.
Well, in Europe, yeah, because they have all the walkable shit.
Everyone's fat as fuck over here because we gotta
even
drive to McDonald's.
Even in like China and stuff. Like, look, everything's way more fucking walkable in China. Everyone rides like bicycles, or they take a fucking train that takes them an hour to get across the country or whatever. It's like, come on,
yeah, but they don't got freedom.
You know, I would say having being able to feed yourself for $2 a day and like pay $500 for a luxury apartment a month
sounds pretty free.
That's quite a bit more free. Being able to travel the entire country within hours, a country way bigger than ours.
I don't know, bro. I don't know about that.
Okay. But we love capitalism here.
Bro, capitalism is not the issue here, bro. All right.
What is it?
What is it?
I don't know.
It's crazy that like
capitalism is not the answer, and it's not the issue.
Right.
What is it?
the
real contrarian right here, bro.
The craziest,
against both sides.
The craziest thing about capitalism and like value and scarcity and all these things is that like it's obviously spoken about like it breeds innovation. It you know, but it's like planned obsolescence. Like they're literally, in order to create value, you have to create scale. For everything to be a commodity, you literally have to limit growth in order to so it's like it's so fucking backwards.
Someone's got to bite the fucking bullet.
It's like you can't have anything that's too successful or too productive, because then it can disrupt, you know, these industries that are built on scarcity.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's, you know, the same way these other countries that are thriving, and, you know, we can see America kind of like going down in the kind of hierarchy of superpowers. It's like because all of the profits, you know, go to the few, and our society's hurting for it. Whereas these other countries, you know, they reinvest into their infrastructure. If there's something that is, they actually, you know, embrace innovation.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, you can innovate, but you can't innovate to the point that it, challenges a, whether it be, our tech, our real estate or whatever.
You gotta
like
stagger the innovation, because if you innovate too much too quickly, you're giving these people, this shit could have been a 10-year process, but instead you're giving it all to them at once. That's fucked up.
It's like,
you even see all these fucking tech companies and shit that get in trouble because it's like they literally build in like, 5 years from now, this shit's just gonna explode. Like, you're just not gonna be able to use this fucking product anymore. So you gotta buy a
suffering
brand
from
new one.
success. Is that what you're saying?
Not at all. No, no. It's more like if you can innovate something and build a way better product, why would you do that? Why would you give somebody a fully fleshed out product when you can continue to sell them upgrades for the product?
It's kind of like, that brings me back to the
It's
point.
even what we were talking about with video games that we were talking about before.
It brings
where
me
it's
back
like
to the
they
point.
sell video games and they give you like a disc, and all the disc does is you put it in and you have to download the whole thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the fuck are we using Blu-ray discs that can hold like 300 gigabytes or whatever the fuck it is, when I have to download the 100 gigabytes off the internet to play the game? Why am I buying the disc for it at that point?
Yep.
Like, what is that?
Yeah, no, it to get a little conspiratorial, brings me back to the point where if they're the cure for cancer, right?
Yeah.
If it's being, kept on the hush hush to keep, the fucking moolah.
That's one of those things that's like,
To keep the moolah going, all the procedures, all the chemo, all the fucking pills.
it's one of those things you can call it a conspiracy because it isn't known, but it's one of those things that's not that much of a conspiracy.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean,
You
we
know?
talked about it
Shit
before,
is
where
scary,
they have the
bruh.
fucking lung cancer vaccine in Cuba.
Yeah.
Why can't we get that here?
Fuck, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a
the
little
thing
weird.
is that in order for any new innovation to hit the market or whatever, the powers that be need to have a plan to monetize it first before it can be rolled out. So
Yeah.
even a lot of innovation that you see probably is actually much older than it appears. It's just been released now because now that there's a plan to monetize it. Because, everything is a roadmap, right? 5, 10, 20-year plan. So unless they can build a 20-year plan around something, it's going to be suppressed.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I don't know, and it goes down to the thing too, where it's just like, even just speaking for this shit, they feed you all this bullshit, like where does all this bullshit eventually lead you to? The hospital, all that shit, like, I don't know if that's a conspiracy or whatever the fuck, just like the not necessarily the daily shit that I guess the daily shit that all the processed foods and whatnot, like, that eventually do cause cancer. And bro, fuck,
do you
we're on the
think
deep end, bro? What the hell?
do you think, speaking on that, do you think that so much of the shit that we consume, do you think there's like an upside for corporations and stuff to have people die, just to have a more like, 'cause do you think it is more profitable to
kill off
extend
your
people's
customers?
lives, or to
Yeah.
actually have people kind of
No,
Fuck,
I mean, I don't know.
bro.
I don't know. I think it's kind of like,
Shit.
I think it's kind of like overblown the way that people think that like everything is gonna kill you. Because then you start getting into the whole where it's like I can't even eat half this natural shit because they're poisoning, like this fruit is fucking actually not good for you and it's gonna take. And I'm
Yeah.
like, brother, it's not that deep. Like,
Mhm.
I don't think it's that serious where they're
Mhm.
trying to fucking kill you, because that wouldn't make sense.
Well, I guess I don't mean in the sense of like trying, but do you think that there's like, it is beneficial to some degree?
Look,
that they
I don't think
wouldn't
so.
want
I
to
think,
fight
I think
it,
there's
I
like
guess.
a specific, like there's like a certain level, right? Where there's
Yeah.
like, they're okay to put up with like this much. It's almost like
Yeah.
the fucking system itself, where it's like inbuilt with capitalism. You need a class
Still
of
the
people.
shade book, bro.
Dog,
Just put it.
we're already talking about capitalism
Yeah.
regardless. When
Yeah.
you just said they're trying to kill us, that's literally talking
Bro,
about
just
capitalism.
put the shade book. Like, we
Okay.
just need it there
Okay.
at this point, bro. This is the political cast.
Political section. Whenever
Yeah.
we get to a political section, we just put
We
the shade
put
book
the
up.
shade book, yeah.
But I feel like the same with how within the capitalist system, it's built in that you need the class system, right? And within capitalism, it requires a certain amount of people to be homeless. It requires a certain amount of people to be struggling and literally on the verge of death because of it, because that puts the fear into you that you need to succeed more than these people. It also makes you like believe like, oh, I'm better than these people.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of the same thing with like the food, where it's like they want to have, like, they're okay with like a certain amount of toxicity for like cheaper products or whatever, because it's like, oh, these are poor people, they have to survive off of this shit that like has the ability to give you cancer. Like it's possible for you to get cancer. It's possible for you to be like live a very fucked up lifestyle if you live off of the cheapest shit. Because then you're like, oh, I don't want to be those people. I want to see myself as better than those people.
I guess that's sort of what I meant, and I guess to
those
like
goddamn microaggressions.
I guess to word it a little differently, because that's definitely more nuanced. And that's kind of more what I meant. Not as extreme as like they're trying to kill you off, but that it's not as beneficial to keep people alive longer and healthy. It's better to keep them in a state of like bad health.
I mean, I could see that too, because of especially the way that like the medical system is in America, and
so
even
many ways to make money on people with poor health.
Every capitalist country, even if they have like universal healthcare and shit, there's always going to be a large amount of people that pay for their healthcare, regardless of whether they can get it for free or not. Whether it's like real or not, that they perceive that there's like better qualities of healthcare if they pay $10,000 for a surgery instead of getting it for free or whatever. There's always going to be those people that pay for it, and I do think that like feeds into it, especially with like lobbying and everything, where it's like you see the fucking money trails of it actually making a difference. Where like, why are these people getting paid by a fast food company and by a fucking like a university or whatever that dedicates itself to like medical research and shit? Like, why are both of these people spending hundreds of millions of dollars to like lobby for
why Cheetos lining up his pockets, you know?
Yeah.
Bro,
because I was saying back to Chance's point, it's almost like it's almost like a business practice, the notion of you don't bleed your customer dry. You keep them you keep not is complacent the right word? You keep them complacent.
Complacency to it, it's a way to put it.
To the point where you can come back and bleed them every fucking time. You know?
For sure.
You gotta keep them on the line.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's getting deep, bro.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, like you said, with the food and with as well as, you know, like Joey said, with the medical industry. It's like, it's better to keep you in a state of like just like on the verge of death, so you have to keep purchasing, consuming, rather than to give you healthy, sustainable options, and that can go into everything, food, your medicine, whatever. Because then it's like, well, if you don't need anything, well, then you don't need to consume. Then you're not going to spend money if everybody's all good. It's like, well, where's the money in that? You know?
That's why
got to keep you fucked up.
That's why it makes more sense when things are actually tied to the government. You know what I'm saying?
Big government.
We need the biggest government. I'm trying to give a kiss to every government official. You feel me?
We need the biggest government.
But look, all I'm saying is if the government has control over like the companies, they don't have as much of an incentive to fuck people over.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Why would they have why would the government itself, if it's not being like lobbied and given money by all these small companies that are trying to make billions of dollars, they're not going to want to like have people be afraid of being poor. Because I'm like, why is it that even the middle class, like what's considered the middle class in America, is on the verge of poverty every fucking time they get paid? That's kind of fucking weird to be like, to keep your middle class in like scared of being homeless. There's got to be a reason for that, for why that happens and why that's always fucking happened.
Sounds like freedom to me.
True.
Jesus, brother.
fucking handcuffed by fear for your life constantly. Because I mean, if you were healthy, even if it was like, I mean, obviously, you know, there was never a time where things were really great, but in times where there have been like kind of like economic, like, what do they call it, like the bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in Japan, there's that time, and there've been times of prosperity. You know, those times have to kind of come and go. You can't have prolonged periods of that, because then, yeah, exactly. If you're good, if you own your house, you own your car, you own, even if you own, like, say, a farm and you can make your own produce and stuff like that, if you're self-sufficient,
What the hell?
This is pushing me towards fart.
What the
these
hell,
systems suffer from self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
So they kind of like, they want to shoot you in the leg, so you got to walk with a limp in a while, so you got to slow you down, got to get you by, and things got to, so they got to, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, regression and these things are really built into a system that supposedly breeds innovation.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
No, me and Yoels were legit talking about it earlier, how, like, even with the whole gaming shit, like, there is a saying, I don't know who it was some, I want to say some big exec, like, what's that? The Bilderberg group? No, some big fucking
BlackRock.
No. The
Bilderberg.
No, not Bilderberg. What group? The something group. The something group.
The Rothschilds.
No, some crazy high some exec or some shit was saying how, like, you're gonna be happy with not owning shit.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
like
be happy with not
owning.
Yeah, you're gonna be happy with not owning shit.
Even Ubisoft.
Yeah, no, everybody.
The classic,
yeah,
you know,
that's like,
what is it? Gamers need to get used to not owning their games.
Yeah,
like, suck a dick. What you
I love
mean?
it. So many people were like, especially with their recent releases, people have been like, "Well, Ubisoft needs to get used to not having my money."
Yeah, no, there was and you can see, like, a ginormous pushback on, like just the shit you're reading online. Like, there's a lot of people saying that, like, all right, if you guys want to do that, we're just gonna pirate your fucking games.
Yeah.
We're just gonna pirate everything you guys do. And what the fuck?
People
are you guys
like
gonna
to
do?
support good, decent companies. People like to support, you know,
100%.
like if a company, like, I mean, that's why, you know, I'm always glazing From Software, you know, developers of Elden Ring and Dark Souls and all that, because I'm like, they give you a finished product. Because and see, that's another thing, is it's like, in the landscape of gaming, it has become so regular to not give you a finished product, because then all the shit that they could have put into the normal game, they release it as DLC, and then you end up spending with the DLCs, whatever, if they're $20 a piece, you end up spending $100 on what was a $60 game. So it's like, again, incentive to not give you, you know, a finished full product.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's not that it would even hold them back to give you the whole product. It's just to scrape every little
fucking
bit.
penny. Yeah. Motherfuckers.
Because
bro.
I'm like, the industry thrived, had got to the heights that it's gotten to off of, you know, for the most part, giving you what you pay for. Obviously, inherently, to make a profit, you are not getting exactly what you're paying for, because then they'd break even. There'd be no business. But it's to the level that it's like, holy shit. It's like, y'all could still, you know, give people less valued products and still make money, but now it's like, oh my god, the value you're getting is so low now.
I mean, that's even like the thing with, like, raising game prices, which I mean, that's like a whole thing, because it's like, sure, like, you can say game prices have been at $60 since, like, the fucking 90s or whatever. So it's like, okay, like, I can see why people are like, oh, it's okay to raise the price a little bit, because video games are one of the things that, like, really haven't raised with inflation, which is kind of crazy.
That,
but
and skateboards.
Yeah, true. Skateboards are still, like, around the same amount.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
And the $10 sack.
$10 sack doesn't even exist anymore, bro. You go to a dispensary.
Fuck.
I mean, if you
don't know.
Honestly, if you go to a dispensary, you can probably get some stuff for, like,
a
around
gram,
$10 a gram.
10, yeah.
But for the most part, it's like $20 a gram at a lot of them around here. But with the gaming shit, it's like even if that shit didn't raise with inflation like everything else, how the fuck are there all these multi-billion-dollar video game companies? And you're like, well, we need to raise the prices now. Like, why the fuck is now when you need to put $70, $80 video games out when you're already a company that makes over $1 billion a year? Like, what is the fucking what is the oversight then? Like, what
is the end goal here?
Yeah, it's crazy. But that goes along with so much shit.
Just making shitty games for a fucking $100? The fuck?
But I mean, that goes along with so much other shit though, right? Where it's like, even like the housing market and everything, where these fools are, all these big companies are buying out every fucking house that gets, like, right when it gets built, BlackRock buys every fucking open house that it exists. They pay $200,000 more than the asking price just so they can get it, and then they either just rent it out or keep it as a fucking what is that shit where you
Airbnb.
an Airbnb.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Like everything, I swear to God, brother, a lot of it is the tech bro shit where everything is becoming software as a service. Everything is becoming Adobe. Everything is like, you pay us this much and you get to use our thing. You're not going to own anything.
I know that's really I think that's really for all these people.
I think we're going for 3 hours, boys.
For all these,
we can talk about this for 4 more hours.
For all these, people that think that these guys, the tech bros, whatever, the Musks, the Peter Thiels, whatever, are, pushing freedom. I'm like, you want to talk about freedom, ownership is where freedom is, and you are supporting, I mean, literally like the greatest, just the greatest ability to keep people from owning anything.
It's so funny too, dog. It kills me because the same people that are like cool with this stuff happening are the people that are like, well, under communism you don't own anything. And it's like, no, brother, under communism you have fucking
wait.
What? Tell me your point.
Wait.
No, but it's like communist and socialist organizations, you still own personal property. All that shit would be personal property. You own the fucking software that you have. You own your home. You own, like, all that shit is your own.
You own the means of production.
Exactly. You legitimately own the shit that you are creating.
You build equity in what you produce.
But those people say that shit's scary. But then they're also like, but everything that you use, we're going to own it. And you guys just have to like pay us to be able to use it. And I'm like,
how is that
what
free?
The fuck are you talking about?
Just blew my mind with that shit.
Because personal property still exists
we need
in
the
a socialist society, bro.
Bro, Alexa, play Freebird.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, brother.
Is it that song?
Yeah. The one that goes Freebird. Yes, that is Freebird.
Nah, dude. Me personally, I know it's not that I hide my politics. I can get definitely very political. It's just
you're just a scumbag.
I'm just
exactly. You're just after that bag, so you don't want to let anybody know.
It's not that I'm after the bag. I'm just, like, fuck it. I'm just gonna be myself, bro. Fuck all this shit, bro. All shit pisses me off. Bro. I go outside and I'm just like, what are the words that Alice in Chains said? Corporate prison. What is it? Corporate. Fuck. Here, I'll look it up. No. Where's my fucking phone?
I don't know. Where'd you put it?
It's a corporate prison. We all like stay or some shit. It just goes back to I go outside and I just get mad. I'm like, dude, this is the utopia we built. The hell, bro? Yeah.
No.
This the shit. All the fucking the feats that humans could do, and this the shit we decided to make. God damn it, bro. We could have been like, I don't know, pansies laying on the grass all day. Nah.
Bro, we already went over that.
Nah, now we gotta...
You're not laying in the grass.
Now we gotta be... We gotta be in a fucking... In a... What's that shit? Who are the guys that made New Vegas?
What do you mean? Oh, the people who made it?
Yeah.
Oblivion?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not Oblivion. What is it called? Obsidian.
There you go. We're in Outer Worlds. Where the corporations have you to the fucking T, bro. That first fucking town you go to, they have from the day you were fucking born to the plot of land where your fucking grave is, they have it all accounted for. Shit is frustrating,
Freedom.
gang.
That is freedom.
Well, I'm a Polish.
In my book, that's freedom.
The whole thing is that, like, well, you have the freedom to maybe be the guy that's fucking everyone else.
That's the big thing is they want to.
Everyone believes they're gonna be that.
That's
fucking
what I'm
guy.
Exactly. They
shut your ass up and get in that line, bro.
They want to put it in your mind that you could be the billionaire who fucks everyone else over. So that's why you got to support the billionaire. That's why we can't tax the 1%, dog. Why would we tax the 1% when your broke ass at 75 years old, you might become a multi-billionaire in the next couple years you have left. Why the fuck would you vote to tax them? Fuck your social security, fuck everything that you have, fuck your healthcare, everything like that. That's not important. Because one day you might be able to actually afford to go to the doctor.
Corporate prison we stay. Hey, yeah, corporate. That's all this shit is. We're just in a fat fucking corporate. Oh, what the hell?
Whose mic is that?
Why is it making that sound? The government has tapped our shit.
Oh fuck,
bruh.
they know.
We're fucked.
Damn, it sounds fucked.
Oh shit!
What the hell?
What the hell?
The firewall's being breached. Fuck.
Which?
We've been bugged. We've been compromised.
Fuck. Now they have our location.
Fuck. Bro, I said all of this in front of the meta glasses. Fuck.
Right. Sorry for the. But yeah, no. Back to our point. How like. Me personally, I'm gonna just lay it on the. I'm not like Jolie. I'm not a communist yet. I'm a socialist. All right. I do believe that we as a people, damn, bro, as a people need to get together and.
As a sheeple,
we should get together and really, help each other out. That's the thing about capitalism too. It like breeds this weird individualism, like that.
Manifest destiny.
It breeds this weird individualism where like there's no community. There's no like you're worried about your own skin and you're worried about your own whatchamacallit. Yeah, you're in it for yourself essentially, and it's fucked up. Whereas opposed to like, even with anything like community, like you get together and you do shit. It's fucked up that like.
That's my competition, bro.
Exactly.
My neighbors.
Capitalism like it breeds this weird hyper individual like fucking level of bullfuckery.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, like.
It's me or you, champ.
When will this fucking nightmare end?
I mean, that's like the point of it, right? That's what liberalism is you want people to see each other as competition and not work together towards a goal or anything.
Now, who could that benefit?
It's almost like divide and conquer is, I don't know. Like, it's almost like that. Like I said, I have these, these politics, like, not embedded in me, like, it's just, I don't know, bro. Like, when it comes to politics, folks get weird, That's what I'm saying.
You do.
Like me.
You get weird.
But yeah.
I don't care. I don't have a label on myself. I just say what makes sense to me. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll turn into a communist.
I vote for whoever makes the most sense to me, who is, and in this country, since we've been able to vote, it's always been who's the least shitty. So you don't really get to vote for who you really believe in.
It's between.
Well, some people do.
It's between Pepsi and Coke.
I don't really like what they think.
Mm-hmm.
That's your only choice, Pepsi and Coke.
Yeah.
Everything else, you're fucked.
True. Is politics time over?
Can we talk about something else?
Remove the
Just leave the shape, bro. Might as well. Let them know where we stand, bro.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, I don't know about Shay.
Okay, communist.
Yeah, dude, no. But
it's okay, Fern.
What, bro? What are you patting me on the back for?
It's okay, Fern. I know that was tough on you.
It's not okay.
To be open.
It's not okay.
I know opening up like that is hard for you.
No, bro. It's not. You're being gay. Don't touch me.
My bad.
Just kidding, bro.
So what else happened? Did he?
I
actually don't know. I haven't looked at it.
Kid Cudi's a snitch.
Kid Cudi is a snitch.
No more Diddy news, bro.
I heard
Young Thug called him out, called him a snitch.
I heard Ye was pissed.
What was he pissed about?
He said you can't come out and what did he say? He was saying something about turning your back on another black man.
Bro, this is like the Cosby shit, dude. There were people that was Amber Rose said that about Cosby, which number
Amber
one,
Rose is fucking
Amber Rose,
crazy.
you open your fucking mouth
She's
ever,
bad as hell, though.
But she's crazy.
Yeah.
brother. Amber Rose should not be sharing opinions on fucking anything.
Mhm.
But yeah, somebody was like, I can't remember. They were like saying like something obvious, like Bill Cosby should fucking die in prison. I don't care how old he is. And she was like, that's a black man.
Mhm.
What the fuck does that?
Also, he's people, and I'm like, I don't know, brother.
That's racist.
Keep that man locked up.
True, that is racist too.
Black men don't.
That's
Did we ever find out who did 9/11?
Did we find out?
dog. We're not gonna do a whole 9/11 talk when we're an hour and a half into the.
Did we
recording.
find out?
We cannot start talking about.
I don't.
9/11.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Did we ever find out who did that
We
shit?
well,
Yeah,
I mean,
we know
are
who
you
did-
talking about the
we-
popular
what-
narrative, or are you talking about your conspiracies, or what? I mean, I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Are we saying,
there's
like,
an
who
explanation.
physically
There's
did
an
it?
answer.
Like who were
Who just did it, bro?
flying the planes? We know exactly who was flying the planes.
The Saudis?
I mean, yeah, it was. Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, it is because they're still like a partner with the U.S. We just put it on
And we invaded,
everyone else.
And then we invaded Afghanistan.
I mean, yeah, okay. We can't start talking.
we're
about
about to
that now
get
because-
political again.
Look,
Fuck.
all I'm saying, we can talk about that, but we're an hour and a half into this recording. We probably shouldn't talk about 9/11 because that's going to be another 2 hours.
Yeah, honestly, I'm telling you, we can go for a 3-hour pod, low key.
We probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
We should probably keep it
at 2
at
hours.
2 hours.
All right. See, communism stifles fucking.
Dog. Fine, let's start it. What do you want to talk about 9/11?
I'm just kidding, bro. Amber Rose,
What about Amber Rose?
she bad as hell. she's bad. Come on,
Yeah.
she's bad as fuck. Well, you
I
got a
already
girl.
said- I already
You got
said
a
yeah.
girl. Never mind.
Don't matter.
You can
She's
speak
an
on this.
attractive woman.
Even for being bald, she's bad as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Bald ass head. You see her with hair though, and it's like,
It's a trip.
nah. I
She
forgot
looks good
Jody
with
likes
no hair.
bald women.
You do?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I think if a woman can pull off
You like a
shaved
bitch
head,
with a nice big hair?
no, look,
head?
I'm saying if she can pull off a shaved head, I think it's cool.
Yeah, he likes that chrome dome.
Not chrome dome, no. Not chrome dome. I'm saying
Like
if
a
she
polisher,
got that
fucking-
He wants
nice
some shit to slap, bro.
oil up the dome.
Slap her bald ass.
Oil of
head.
the dome.
You like those bald dudes that put the oil on their heads, bro?
What do you
See
do?
the
You can't-
reflection?
Yeah.
You can't grab her by
See
the
yourself
hair.
in the back shots?
You grab her by her ears.
That's crazy. Put her head in the bowling ball fucking polisher, bro, so I can see my
Buff
reflection.
it.
Crazy. Bro, hitting it from the back and wiping it down while I'm.
No, I
that's
was saying, like,
crazy.
you-
That's you.
I was saying, like, you could, a bald bitch, like, you could see the reflection of the back, like, you could see yourself. It's like a mirror. Right?
You know what's crazy?
Back
I was,
shots?
I mean, back shots are crazy, but I was, where was it? I think it was on Instagram Reels. I saw this dude who was like, "Oh, I got like the cheapest hotel room on my road trip," and he got like this cheap ass hotel room, and he's just sitting there like all curled up in bed, and right above him is just this big ass fucking mirror, just like that comes in the motel room, dog. Is just a big ass fucking sex mirror. The entire roof, dog, is
Nice.
a mirror.
What the fuck, dude? Diddy.
That shit's weird.
Diddy ass room.
Dog.
Where is this? We need to report this place.
This was trying to go, bro.
Yeah. Like, where is this place?
Man, that's so weird. Where is it?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy, bro.
Nah, dude.
I knew. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say this on the pod. Never mind.
We can always cut this shit
That's true.
out.
I knew this one girl, and her room, the whole fucking side of her
Sex
room.
dungeon.
So her room before she moved in there was her uncle's room, and then she moved in with her grandparents, and she took that room after he had left, and that room, he just had the whole wall just lined with mirrors.
That's crazy.
He was a fucking freak, dog.
What the fuck, bro?
Sex mirror.
That or he
bro.
was a narcissist.
No, it was definitely for fucking because
You
it
think
was
so?
like he was in like prime locations where the bed was and everything. Like
It was in
everything.
prime position.
It's crazy, bro. I'm like, that's a crazy thing to move into your uncle's room and see that shit. That's
He has one of those mirrors at like liquor stores and shit.
the one in the corners. That'd be tough, bro. You walk into the room, you see the camera, the CCTV thing hanging down. That would be sick.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
Nah,
he must have been a
bro.
freak.
The sexual fucking appetite for freaky. That's a crazy feat too. This is the sexual appetite for humans is insatiable. The right word is.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
It is quite disturbing.
it is.
Like, what the fuck, dude? That's what, like, you gotta go take a leak? Oh, okay. Like, people just can't have normal sex anymore. Like, what happened to just good old missionary?
I thought you didn't like Missionary.
No, I fuck with missionary.
Oh yeah, no, Missionary's great. Yeah, I don't know.
Fools gotta be handcuffed now. Fucking gotta asphyxiate themselves. Hang upside down.
when
fucking.
when do you think all that like really kinky shit started?
That is a good question.
You know?
Where did that shit?
It's another one of them things I think with like modernity, because like I don't know in what respect modernity, but I think it's something with the development of society.
I'm thinking it has something to do with
You
like.
think motherfuckers were freaky in huts? Like I really don't. I don't know, because I feel like you had such when you were living a rural life on a homestead, you know, and you're fighting for survival. I feel like you couldn't really think about all these types of things.
You didn't have time to fucking.
Yeah.
That is true. Like yeah,
Have your wife role play as your cousin. You just go fuck your cousin.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, no. They were, I don't know, like, you know, I was thinking, like, all the, it had to have come from, like, maybe, what are, not executioners, like, you know how handcuffs and all that weird being tied up shit comes
BDSM,
from, and,
yeah.
like, the leather and all that shit. That shit had to come from, like, the fucking...
medieval executioners,
yeah,
and
like,
torturers,
like shit like that, bro.
Now that well, I feel like those dudes probably always got off on the shit, but it was like who was suggesting a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, who was bringing that back? Who was bringing back work home?
To be fair, like that so that's pretty old. So yeah, again, so and that's not even that's very much pre-modern. So I'm like, I don't know. Jolie, I'd like you to weigh in on this.
What?
I was talking about how I think that modernity played a big part in people being kinkier in bed, because I'm like, were people kinky in their mud hut, in their straw house or whatever? I'm like, but I'm not sure exactly what about modernity has allowed it.
Like we're cavemen eating ass.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like we're
Probably.
That's what I said. I'm like we're the Visigoths doing like role play.
I was gonna say, yeah. What would they?
I mean, they could put on like animal furs or something like that, and like bark in your bitch's ear or something.
No, that's
You know, like how did they like? Because then Fern was just asking about BDSM too. Like we were like, okay, there were torturers in like medieval times and stuff with the leather and the whips and everything.
Well, also though, but it's like, were those fools getting off on it?
That's what I said to Fern. Is I felt like to have all that stuff, it's like you had to have already been getting off.
Want to go into like, because those fools like enjoyed it.
Yeah,
like,
they
wanted to go into, because there's no way you're doing that shit.
Right.
Not.
So see, do
what you love.
That
bro.
was my
saying.
question as you came in, was like, well, that's pretty old, and there was already that fucking freakiness going on. So I'm like, when did this begin to develop, or has it always been a thing?
I think it has to be a bit of both. People were just people are just horny and they'll think of
Yeah.
ways to fuck.
But I feel
about
like I feel like
everything.
our accessibility. This is one part with modernity. Are how accessible goon material is. Definitely.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I feel like there has probably always been people
Yeah.
like that, but there's.
I
must
feel
be
like nuts
more
used to be
now.
busted so fast back in the day.
Yeah,
Because you didn't build up a tolerance to anything.
Dog,
You didn't have
imagine
all
you're in-
this.
You're in fucking,
All this sensory
what I'm saying.
fucking
Yeah.
overlord.
That's what I'm saying. You're a
overload.
fucking street urchin in Victorian England, bro.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
talking about
oh.
you didn't see titties and you just bust in half a second. Like, come on, brother.
Damn.
Yeah, now, yeah, we're spoiled.
Yeah. I'm envious of them now. I'm like, damn, dude. I'm like, I'm jaded. I'm jaded to so many aspects of women and sexuality. It like takes longer. I'm like, it's not like as special as it was for them. I mean, back when it was like you catch a little ankle, you know what I'm saying, a little shoulder.
See a little toe.
Oh my god.
Nah, not with that. I don't like that.
See a little ankle. Yeah.
How did that shit become so regular, bro?
What?
The foot fetish.
See,
Why is that like?
I heard.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
at this point that's almost like normal.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that
Because
is
it's like
normal.
you see that shit
Yeah.
on fucking like Instagram and shit.
Yeah.
Like
True.
every post that a woman makes, if her feet are in frame, half the fucking comments are like, "Fuck those feet." I'm like, what the fuck?
Those white toes. Mm.
But I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Like, where did that come
I
from?
don't know.
I heard. I might butcher this, but or might not even come off sounding anything completely right. But I heard that there's, like your left brain or something. There's like this, fuck, what is it? There's like this little, not nerve, that like No, okay. So the thing that gets you like that makes you horny, right? Is like next to like a not a membrane, like this other thing that's next to the foot.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, where it's like, apparently, I think it's, fuck, I don't remember exactly what it was.
Right,
either,
yeah,
but I know
I
what you're
sound
talking
like a
about, but
retard
it's
just now,
something. It's something about like the part that like sees like, what is that shit called? Like the
hippocampus?
no,
I don't know
what is that called on people? That's like the zones that like, the parts of the body that are like attractive or whatever. There's like a name for it.
Oh, I have no idea.
Where it's like certain parts of your body like feel good and it feels good in like a sexual way instead of just like it feels good kind of a way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think that part is, from what I've heard, like
Mhm.
almost, I don't know if it's connected or if it's just right next to the part with like certain
Yeah.
parts of your body. That's why there's like fetishes for like very regular parts of the body that aren't like sexual organs or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I've heard. So I think it's the same thing of what you were saying. Where
Yeah,
it's like
right.
like certain parts of the body are like right next to it, and those are like the most common fetishes.
Yeah. It's fucking
And
crazy.
that shit's fucking
bro.
weird. But how the
I
fuck
don't
are
know,
people
bro.
fucking animals? Where's that come into your brain, bro?
Why you? That is fucking crazy, bro.
I feel
What
like
the
that probably happened
Why you-
more back when we were living more rurally.
Yeah, it must have, bro.
fucking goat fuckers.
But do you think it was more
Sheep
like
fuckers.
it was a fetish, or it was just like they were just so horny
Survival?
and it was just like a whole, like,
I
was
don't
it like
know.
part of the thing, or was it just kind of like,
I'm just trying to get my nuts
yeah,
off.
What the fuck? Let me just blast inside this sheep.
yeah, yeah,
I don't like
Dude, what the
Yeah.
fuck,
It's not
bro? I don't know, dude. People, like I said,
damn, isn't
people
that
are
crazy? You're like,
mad horny, bro.
imagine your wife has just been a real bitch lately, and you're like, well, I'm gonna go fuck the sheep. And then you just hear your husband out in the yard, because you didn't give him some cooter.
Orale.
There's that one.
What the
There's that one
fuck?
sheep that winces whenever he walks by.
All the sheep.
It's his
that-
favorite. It's like
Oh,
your
no.
cum sock. It's his favorite sheep.
It's his favorite.
It's his nut sheep.
It's a nut sheep.
Dog.
Fucking Christ,
It's
bro.
fucking wool is all yellow, bro. Nah. She's got PTSD.
Dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro?
Easy cleanup though, bro. All that wool.
Kill it.
That is true.
Throw it in a river.
Eating the nut sheep.
Eating the nut sheep.
Nah, gang. Dude, can you
Ew.
imagine having dinner at a
Extra
fellow
protein.
tribe, not tribe member, but because I'm thinking, well, I guess tribe, like 'cause tribal Europe. I'm thinking of that period of Europe, I guess medieval, where they had like kind of, maybe they had stone houses or little huts, but a lot of people like just like, you know, lived off the land. Imagine going to your neighbor's house and you're gonna have some sheep and you're just like wondering, you're like, is this the nut sheep? Which one's the nut sheep? Imagine after you get done eating, he's like, I gotta find a new nut sheep.
You know what? Now I'm starting to think like maybe fools were worse back then.
I'm starting to think that as well. Because then I started thinking, I'm like, well,
Lawless.
damn, compared to, you know, God forbid somebody wants to be tied up. You know, I'm like,
Bruh.
compared to that.
Yeah, you're right. So putting those together, being tied up does sound more tame
Yeah. Yeah.
than shagging a fucking goat. Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, bro. This is crazy. We went from feet to sheep.
Feet
Yeah.
to sheep, bro. We
I
went
guess
from
the
sheep
opposite.
to feet.
We went from sheep to feet.
Yo,
It's not so bad.
Fuck the feet if you want to fuck the feet.
Yeah,
What if
I'm alright with it now.
What if someone's fucking a goat foot?
Oh, a hoof?
What the
What?
fuck?
Yeah,
I don't think you could fuck
Has someone
hooves.
fucked a hoof?
A hoof fetish?
I mean, maybe.
You know what?
I
That
don't-
brother, that has
A
to fucking
hoof
exist.
Fetish is
Those fools-
crazy.
those-
Yeah, you're
those-
probably right.
Those fools that get off on My Little Pony and shit, you
Oof.
know. You
Oh
know
yeah,
they're
that is
busting it
sick and
to-
twisted,
You
bro.
know they're busting it to hooves.
Hooves are hard.
That's
bro.
gross.
Like, it's not even.
They're all up
But then
against
again, it's a
dirt.
fetish, so fuck me trying to, you know, make it logical.
We just got to kink shame, bro. We got to
Yeah,
kink
yeah.
shame more.
We gotta
Shaming
bring back
2025.
They really need to kink shame more in 2025.
Yeah, 100%.
Damn, bro. I don't know, dude.
I wonder
It's
if
getting
Trump is
wicked
pro
nowadays.
kink shaming or not.
Probably just because he's the type of guy to point his finger at everyone else for what he does. You know he's fucking weird, dude. I want to kiss
You think
all
he's a
the
f-
guys.
you think Trump
all
is
the
a freak?
beautiful guys.
You think Trump is a freak under the sheets?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See, I'm of two minds.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I cannot imagine Trump fucking. I know
I-
he raped that girl or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
Jesus, bro.
I mean, he did.
Yeah.
But I just can't imagine him, like, getting off to Cooter. You feel me? That fool is so flamboyant.
He is. He really is.
So flamboyant. Also so, like,
Is zesty?
he's zesty. He's also very, like, asexual. Where, because I feel like it can be perceived in two ways. Where he's
How
like,
you
I'm
know
going to
this,
kiss
bro?
all the guys.
Yeah.
He's talking about he's kissing all the guys. But he also, when he says it, it doesn't feel like sexual when he says it. But it also doesn't feel sexual when he's talking about kissing on a pretty lady either. You know? It just feels
Mhm.
weird. But maybe it's just because that fool's so fucking ugly. I can't imagine him getting his nuts off, you know?
Just taking Melania down.
There's zero way they ever fucked.
Just
Yeah.
fucking.
I don't believe they ever.
Yeah.
Just taking her the fuck
She
Maybe to
seems so-
consummate the marriage, but after that,
Maybe. But she seems so uninterested in that fool.
Fuck, I don't know. I haven't seen enough. I'm so tuned down on that fool.
Ivanka. Perhaps if she wasn't my daughter, we would date.
The beautiful Ivanka.
Jesus Christ, bro. What the fuck? Dude, this episode has just blown my fucking mind. What the fuck, bro?
Why?
What a fucking,
Keep up,
what
fool.
a crazy time we live in,
Keep
bro.
up, brother. All
Damn.
right, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Bring us out with the last segment first. What do you want?
What time? How many? We got plenty of time, brother. What the fuck? I don't know, bro.
You're gonna get tired soon.
This fool was
Nah,
already tired, bro. He almost fell asleep in the car when we were driving up there, dog.
I drink a Red Bull. I'm chilling.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, bro. All right.
Well, what are we eating after that?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty hungry actually.
Nah.
So now we got to talk about religion. I'm joking. No,
yes,
no.
okay.
No.
No, let's not talk about religion, bro.
I love God.
Let's not talk about that shit, bro. Let's talk
I
about.
hate atheists.
Atheists are annoying.
They are annoying. I think that's I think that's one thing that people have like come to agree on. It's like, yeah, okay, we might not be into like the bigoted like religious people, but like God, atheists are so fucking irritating.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. Someone, it might have been Bill Burr. I'm not sure. I think it was Bill Burr. He's like, I don't believe in like the Bible and all that. He's like, but I would much rather have lunch with a Christian than an atheist. Because I mean, they're like, isn't God so great? Like, you look around, like he made all this just for us. And then you hang with an atheist, he's just like, there is no God. There is no. There's no point in doing anything.
I'm like, fuck, bro, go get laid. Jesus, bro. Then you're gonna see. You're gonna start seeing the world in rose-colored glasses.
You feel me?
We were talking before. When you get laid, there's a little pep to your step. You know?
Yeah. Start walking different.
It's been a long time.
Start saying hello to everybody, holding the door open for grandma.
That meme of like Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Rain.
That's exactly how you feel after you get laid. Oh.
Yeah.
Just,
help the little old lady across the street.
Yeah.
You start whistling and shit.
Someone cuts you off in traffic and you're like, oh, they're probably going somewhere important. It's fine.
You click your heels and shit.
Keep the change, bro.
Keep the
Keep the change.
Buy a dozen roses and start handing them out to ladies on the street. Yeah. You look like you need to brighten up your day a little.
Fuck, brother. Nah, dude.
That's what that should do to you, dog.
Nah, that needs to be talked about. The internet harasser pranksters,
bro.
That is a fucking that is a rabbit hole in itself, bro.
Yeah,
some strange folk on that.
There's definitely strange
in that
folk.
lane.
There's a lot of fucked up people on the internet. I just realized. I just noticed this.
Fuck, bro. You and me both, gang. Jesus Christ, bro. Nah, fucking. Nah, which ones are the craziest ones are the fucking. Fuck.
Remember Pranks in the Hood?
Dude, that shit was crazy, bro.
It's
all
so funny.
Scripted.
It's so funny. I don't think all of it was scripted, to be honest, because there was some shit that has come
real?
out where people were like,
yeah.
Like, no, they said some racist and weird shit just to get a rise out of some people
no, the craziest,
with more pigment in their skin.
The craziest one was they left the car in the hood.
Well, that one was fake.
They had like Trump shit all over it.
The Joey salads.
It was just rage baiting to the max.
Every single one of those fools that did those kinds of pranks, all of them now are like hardcore, like right wing freaks, dog. There's this one fool that was like probably one of the biggest ones. What was his name? He became like a family vlogger, and now he's like a super right wing. I think he was Mormon, of course, because all those fucking family vloggers were Mormon. But and they still are, I think. But he would do like pranks in the hood and like go up to like black people and call them neighbor, but say it like real low, so it sounds like he's saying the N-word, and like yell it at them, like he was like fucking mad at them saying neighbor, and then they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you just walk up to somebody and call them the N-word?" And then he would be like, bro, it's a prank. Like, why are you pushing me? It's a prank. It's a prank. And it's like, that's not a fucking prank, dog. Like, you're just being an asshole. But now he's like kicking it with Vivek Ramaswamy and stuff and like sucking his dick and like doing all this shit. I'm like,
who's that?
I'm trying to remember what his name. He did like family vlogs. He was like fucking
Who's
huge.
Vivek
It was Roman Atwood, wasn't it?
It was Roman Atwood, yes. Yeah.
Who's Vivek Ramaswamy?
He was that weird Indian MAGA dude who was running for president.
Oh,
like the crypto guy who was like doing shit with like Jake Paul and
square,
everything. Yeah.
Oh, is it the guy? He has a pod, right?
I don't know if he has a podcast.
No, it's not him. I don't know.
He might. I'm not sure.
I was thinking of a different guy.
But yeah, he's a fucking
weirdo,
motherfucker. But it's so funny that all of them turned out to be right wing weirdos. You know, it's like, oh, making fun of black people for millions of dollars a month or whatever the fuck you were making, and they turned out to be right wingers. Who would have thought? No, we're not being racist. We're just doing social experiments.
Oh my god, the social experiment was crazy. I'm like
the
okay,
social experiment
doctor.
is what happens if
social experiment
an asshole
you're way
to a
into
bunch
some
of people.
bitches,
like what the
bro.
fuck?
I don't know, bro.
So crazy.
Social experiment, bro. Bust out the lab coat or something. Dog. We see the PhD, dog. You're doing such astute work here.
Dog, there's that one fool that got a couple years ago that got shot at that mall. Remember? He was like doing pranks on people at a mall, and he was just like kept fucking with this guy, and he was like, "I'm gonna shoot you if you don't like leave." And the guy like kept getting up in his face, and dude just pulled out a gun and shot him. And the guy was like, "What the fuck? Why would you shoot me?"
He said
It's like,
he was
motherfucker,
gonna
what did
shoot
you think was gonna happen when you keep pressing this dude who says, "I'm going to shoot you if you don't walk away"?
What do you think was gonna happen? This is the land of the free.
Home of the brave,
That's
brother.
what I'm saying.
That man was brave.
Yeah. The baby caught 2 legal bodies.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was crazy.
What was that meme?
What
Was it me that sent it or you that sent it? That was like, this dude was like, I've been spending my nights like sitting in my car at the gas station for 12 hours with my gun, just waiting to get fucked with. And he was like, I've got 24 legal kills this year.
So
What the
crazy.
fuck?
Yeah,
That's a serial killer.
that shit's so
Legal bodies.
dog.
That's
There's
the new trend, bro.
there's some crazy,
Catching legal bodies.
crazy fucking people, dog. Like,
Yes, bro.
dog, if you
I
go
think
on
we've
to
been talking about him the whole day.
well, yeah, no, but with that shit specifically, like there are these. I've seen posts of dudes being like that get their concealed carry permits and shit, and they're like posting like, I almost had to use my weapon today or something, or like this is why you need to stay armed. And you read the fucking 15 paragraph story, and it literally just ends up with like, I was at a Chinese restaurant with my wife or whatever, and some homeless guy came in and was yelling and walked out, and he was like, I had my hand on my gun the whole time. I was like ready to shoot him. He was like, if he made one more move. And then all the comments was like, dog, you are the person that doesn't need a fucking gun.
Yeah,
You fucking freak. Like, you're going into this place scoping it out. He was like, I scope out everything to make sure, and I always keep my eye on the door. Like, he's that kind of dude. And he was like, he straight up was like, he said he had his fucking gun out and pointed at the door under the table. And he was like, I was ready to just pull the trigger if that dude took one step. The dude wasn't even in the building. He was yelling outside the fucking door. And he could just see a homeless dude. And he was like, it was the scariest moment of my life. I'm like, dog, you have never been in a situation where you need a fucking gun. If that's what
Yeah.
was like your moment to be like, everybody needs a fucking gun. You're a freak, dog. Like, the amount of stories like that you hear if you go into any of these like concealed carry fucking like forum posts and shit.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, bro. It's scary because you see
Yeah.
all these fools that you're like, this is a person who does not need a gun,
Yeah.
who is legally
this-
allowed to carry
This
it
person
around.
is mentally ill
But
and he has weaponry.
it's funny.
Fuck.
It's funny. I'm like, why the fuck is you doing that, brother? What were all these classes you took? Unless he wasn't in California. Maybe he didn't need a class to carry it. I don't know. But
Yeah, I was about to say, like, half the country, most of the country's a
you can just walk
GTA
around.
server.
Yeah.
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 Dead ass though.
Yeah. You just shoot people.
Walk around with the Draco on you.
Yeah.
So wait, all right. So I'm thinking in GTA when you beat the shit out of someone, you get 1 star, right? That's an automatic. Like I think it was when you beat up like 2 people, or 3.
I don't
I don't fucking know,
'cause-
bro.
You guys don't remember?
I'm not sure.
Fuck, I'm trying to think. Yeah, like you beat the fuck out of you beat the fuck out of like 2 people, you get a star, right? Then you get the cops after you, blast him, right? You get 3.
True.
Then you go on a chase, right? Busting at the cops. I don't think I've ever gone 5.
Oh, you got to. You
Yeah,
got to
you
get
gotta-
those.
Really?
Come on, brother.
That's when the army comes, right?
That was
don't
in the
think
old
so, in
games,
the
yeah.
old
Like in
ones,
San
yeah.
Andreas, you would have like the fucking army coming after you. And
You have
shit.
the
That was
National
tough.
Guard.
Yeah, that was hard. Chased by the fucking tanks.
Yes,
That was
bro.
sick.
I don't think I've ever gone 5. Yeah, I've had it where the SWAT come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
SWAT comes down, and fucking
Bucking at the SWAT team, dog.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'd say anybody who's played GTA and just like gets into shootouts with the cops, it's like there's not that many cops. You would have killed like a small European country worth of cops.
Of cops,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking, like, like, where are these people's heads? Do they think of the shit like that? That it's gonna roll like that, you know?
I don't know.
Like a GTA game. They bug at the homeless, and then the cops come, and then what?
Dog, I wish I could show you guys this. There's this video that I just watched of, it was like a cop body cam thing of, he was taking this dude on a ride along.
Just busting them down.
No. He was taking this dude on a ride along because he signed up for like the ride along system thing. This dude was like definitely older. Like he looked like he was in his mid 30s or something like that, maybe 40 years old. And I'm like, why the fuck are you going on a ride along? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He, right when they get in the car, the dude is like, I need some action. And the guy was like, we're doing a ride along. We're not even going to really respond to calls or do anything unless it's like an emergency. And he's like, oh, I just need some action. Straight up in like a minute says it like 10 times. He's like, I just want action. And the cop's like, why do you want action? And he was like, well, I've always been on the other side of the law. I want to see some action from this side. He's like, I'm a police officer today. And the cop's like, you're not a police officer. You're just riding along with me. You're in my passenger seat. That's it. And he like kept explaining it to him. And he ends up going and like pulling some dude over for like expired tags or something like that. And the cop just goes up to like get the dude's license, and he's going back to his car, and the dude got out of the car and had a fucking gun. And the cop like pointed his gun at him and was like yelling at him and everything. And the dude was like, oh, I was just giving you backup. I was giving you backup. And he was like, why the fuck would you bring a gun insane. To a ride along? And the dude ended up catching a felony and going to jail on his ride along.
I like that. I've always been on the other side of the law. I wonder why.
I'm like, come on, dog. Like, I don't fuck with the cops, but you can't bring a loaded gun along with you and just pull it out on the cop's back and be like, oh, I thought I was doing the right thing. Come on, that's brother.
A different kind of stuff.
That's so insane.
Fools are fried, bro.
I'm like,
fools have been watching one too many movies, bro.
It was so crazy. He thought
they
he was
watched
gonna
End
be a
of
hero
Watch
that
and
day.
were like astonished. Fuck, bro.
That's just too
bro.
good. Maybe we should go on ride-alongs.
That'd
Maybe
be
we'll have
fire.
some more respect for the cops after that.
Honestly, bro.
I forgot. Fern's the cop defender.
The cop crusader. I mean, what would you see in a fucking ride along?
I mean, like nothing. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Is that
what
they
the fuck?
make you. Yeah, you don't really do anything.
Should have just a cruise down the street.
Yeah,
Just cruise around the neighborhood, bro. I could have done that for myself. What the fuck? He was right. That guy was right. Where the fuck was the action? What the fuck?
That's so good, man. I was like, what the fuck is you doing, dog? I heard this other story. Like, this one fool that was going on a ride along with the cops, and he signed up for the ride along, and right when he was getting into the cop car, they arrested him because he had a warrant out for his arrest.
Oh my, what the fuck?
He signed up for the ride along, and they were like, wait a minute, this guy's a warrant out. And they just fucking threw him in jail.
What? You know what I was thinking? You know, like in Boys in the Hood, when fuck, who was the main character called?
I don't remember.
Well, anyway, the main character, right? The fool that ends up going to college. The fool ends up surviving it all. You know how he got like cold feet?
Yeah.
At, like the drive-by
Yeah.
and shit. What if you got like cold feet on the ride along? Like, I can't do this, bro. I can't arrest these people, bro. I can't beat the shit out of this man.
Well, I mean, you're not doing any of that. You're just sitting in the car. You don't gotta partake.
Oh, it's just a show.
Well, you're not allowed to. You straight up just watch them from the
So
car.
you just watch them get the shit beat
Yeah,
out
no,
of them.
straight up. That's what you
Imagine
do.
the cop loses, though. Imagine the cop
That
gets
would be
blicked down
so
and then you're just
fucking-
sitting in the
there.
cruiser.
Dog, imagine what a fucking horrible situation you're in. The dude pulls out the gun, starts bucking, then he shoots you because he thinks you're a cop.
He
You're
looks at
fucked.
you next, fucking trying to get out.
You're like, it's not me. I don't fuck with these guys. Put some handcuffs on yourself to make it look like you're being arrested. You're like, I'm on your side, dog.
Nah, for precautionary, you sit in the back.
That would be smart if they like
That
made it
would
look
be.
like you were a fucking
That would be, yeah.
being
Sit
taken
in
to
the back.
jail.
But everybody wants to feel like a big dog
Yeah,
and sit up front.
What the fuck, bro?
Dog.
Nah, I was just thinking about the fucking, what was it, when people like get fake arrested in front of the Huz.
What
Have
is
you
that?
not seen
fuck
those?
are you
No.
Have you
talking
not seen those
about?
videos?
No.
No. It's like
How do you do that?
it'll be like that or their parents, you know? Like
What do you say? You got to explain this. I have
Okay.
no idea what you're talking
So
about.
they
You can
tell,
pay for this?
So I don't know if they pay for this, but I've seen this where it's like they get a group of cops or even like those fake for hire cops, and they like, it's like, again, back to the
Like
prankster
movie
shit.
set, like
I don't know if it's
actors or
movie set
what?
cops, but it's like they get them to arrest them, like put them in the back of the car to get a reaction out of like their.
Oh,
What
so
the
they'll just
fuck?
convince the cops to like play along.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, not like actually fucking lock these fools up or whatever, but yeah, they put
That's
them in
cra-
the back
that's-
of the
How
I
does
feel
that
like that
pull the
shouldn't be
hose?
legal. I feel like that should be
I feel
not
like it
a thing
shouldn't
that
be
cops
legal.
can do.
But also, how do you pull the hose? Like they have to drive away with you to sell it.
You come
Like
back.
how do you come back? Yeah, what the fuck?
Also, what
Go
are you
back out
doing?
there,
What's the
what
point?
the fuck happened?
How does that help you? What?
I guess because what does it make you look like a bad
It
boy?
looks
But it
really
could
a
be
badass,
anything, dude.
yeah.
It might be like, oh, what did you do? You'd be like,
Yeah, like what the fuck?
I'm kind of a bad boy.
They caught me with the 2 terabytes of CP.
No, bro. Dog, we were talking about this when we were in the store earlier.
Yeah.
All those fools, how the fuck? I don't even know how they get that many
Yes,
hard drives,
bro,
dog.
that
It's
is
always
a
like
phenomenon, bro.
every single time.
It's
It's like some broke dude from the middle of nowhere, and it's like he had 250 terabytes of. And I'm like, where did
Like,
he
hey,
get?
where-
That's
what
expensive,
the
dog. That must,
fuck?
how the fuck did you even get that? How is there that much out there? Like,
Shit's
what the
liquid cooled.
Liquid cool.
fuck? Dog, that fool's got a whole server rack of just CP in his basement. Like, how the fuck do you
What?
have
Nah,
that?
dude, these fools are fucked in the head, bro. Like the
That shit's
2 terabytes,
Dog, 2 terabytes is chump change to these fools. It's always like over 100.
100 terabytes.
Yes, every time you see it, it's like 50 terabytes, 200 terabytes. I'm
Yeah.
like, how the fuck do
Yeah.
they have?
Yo,
How do
this
you
is
even
sick,
collect that,
It's
bro?
like it's like
They're
it's like
hoarding the.
it's like
the-
their
the
Egyptian
felonies,
pyramid.
dog.
the content.
they're like
what
building.
the
It's like I
fuck?
feel like it becomes more because there's no way they look at that much. Can it be? I feel like they just like to have it. They're like, this is like my shrine to be.
Which is
Yo.
even crazier.
Yo,
A
like
fucking-
a trophy,
Which is
bro.
even
Yeah.
crazier, dog, because I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, that shit's like, each one of those things is like a fucking felony, dog. And you're just like, I just need to keep stacking it. Like, why? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
Like what the fuck, bro? I gotta keep stacking it is insane.
Like,
You
why do
just
you
like-
need the whole
They're
collection?
like knowing that they have it. Like little do you know that one room in my house, if you put a key in this locker,
Mhm.
fucking a million felonies are just sitting in there.
Dude, and then
That
like,
shit's so crazy.
yeah, you
50 life sentences
you
are
gotta
just
put
sitting
that-
in the back of my house.
you gotta put that fool under the jail, bro.
Yeah.
They need to Then you know what they need to do to the fools like that? They do. You know how like in medieval times they would have fools in like the
Oh yeah.
the fucking.
Is that flogging?
I don't know.
Is that flogging?
They would have like
Maybe
your
not.
wrist in the thing,
I
think that's-
and then your head
yeah,
in the
whatever.
thing, and your wrist in another
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
We
and
need
have
to-
you like
we need to
that
bring that back
forever.
That'd be cool. Yeah. You just go up and kick him in the nuts.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tight. Oh, dude, it'd be like that. Those art installations we were talking about, where people go do anything
my
to me
God,
for
that
24
shit's
hours,
fucked
and
up.
it pulls out the
Most
worst
fucked
in
up
people.
Yeah.
just put
But also
pedophiles
these
in
guys,
that
it's like,
situation.
you know, you can do
You know,
whatever you want.
yeah,
to
they'd
these
just be like,
guys.
hey, do anything to this guy, you know. Except he's gonna fight. He might be, please stop, but
Yeah,
you know,
fuck it.
whatever.
It'd be more fun that way.
True.
Do you
Yeah.
think public executions would deter crime?
Would deter crime?
Yeah, would like stop crime.
Depends. What
Well,
kind
actually,
of
no.
crime?
I
That's
don't
kind
think
that's
so.
kind of tyrannical.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's
also-
like a small
I-
infraction, you just get hanged.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. I was thinking
It'd be
more
abused.
like I was
Yeah,
thinking
never
more
mind.
like if people were on like death row or whatever,
Yeah.
putting those people in public. I don't think that would change much, honestly.
You don't
I
think so?
so.
Like this is
'Cause-
Channel 4. You just,
I don't think so because I feel
There's a
like
Twitch
I feel
stream?
like for the people that are being executed, it's like I don't think there's really much difference whether people see it or not.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
There's
There's
a
a lot
I
Twitch
don't
of.
think that would
There's a
change my
poll- there's
mind.
a
I
poll,
don't think
like-
I would be less likely to do something that would put me.
I was about to say,
like,
there's a
on
lot of
death row.
conviction that goes into committing a crime that can get you killed. So
Yeah.
I don't think.
Like it's normally not the
you know.
easiest thing to get put
Yeah.
on death row.
Yeah.
And they always get appealed too.
A lot of times,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, like
I don't know.
I was just thinking like a Twitch stream, right? And then like you get a poll,
Nah,
and then
nah.
people get the
I don't-
poll on the
Nah,
firing squad or lethal injection.
Nah, that's no good.
I think that'd be good for society.
Oh, I'm
That's
saying,
like
bro.
those. What was that shit called? I think it's like a conspiracy theory. I don't think it's real, but well,
What?
not a conspiracy theory, like a urban legend. But those red rooms.
Oh,
know,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, those they're definitely
That shit's not real,
make believe
for sure.
100%.
You don't think so?
No,
You
well, no,
would-
because
dude,
I mean
you
it was
would
all
see that
like
shit
the actual shit
on
like,
Twitter.
where they were talking about like, oh, you like donate
And
10
you like
Bitcoin
kill
and you
someone
can, like,
essentially.
You can choose how this person gets tortured and killed or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Like, from what I know, to do that shit on like
Yeah.
the dark web or whatever,
Yeah.
that's like impossible. Like,
Oh,
there's
okay.
just like literally not a possible way for
Yeah.
to live stream and have like chat and people
Fuck
like you can't
no.
communicate because the dark
Mm.
web is way different than like the regular.
Not only that, but the cops or whoever they would ping your fucking your
not
shit.
really. I mean, that's a whole different thing. That's why they would do it. They say they do it on the dark web because it's like way harder to track people. Like you can't just like track where the source is like that, because there are people that'll post like pictures of dead bodies and shit on the dark web. Like that's
100%.
That's something that actually happens or has happened in the past, where people will like kill somebody and post it on there and they don't get found out. Like that's something that has happened, and like people who sell drugs on there and shit. Like it's way harder to fucking track people off of there.
But
just like the infrastructure of it is just, from what I know, it's not even possible.
Like you said, streaming it not only would it be like a ginormous hassle, like who like think about like the people who have to not only like sign up to like go on the chat and like pay what Bitcoin or whatever the
Bitcoin
fuck
and shit. But like there's no way that would actually,
y'all are sick.
I don't think that would actually happen.
There's a
People
market-
do fucked up shit on like
there's a market
Instagram
for
lives
everything,
and
yeah.
stuff though. Like you see people on like Instagram lives and like TikTok lives and shit having like kids with disabilities, and they like take them off their fucking respirators and shit. Like they do fucked up shit on those. Like that has been a big
Jesus,
thing for like a
bro.
long time. Or just have like a little kid that's like missing their limbs or whatever, and it's like a parent just filming them being like, "Oh, donate to us," and it's just this kid like wiggling around. Like it's very fucked up. People do fucked up shit.
Yeah, it's pretty depraved on there. Huh?
Just IG Live.
Yeah, even
on,
TikTok.
like lives, TikTok live, Facebook live, like all that shit.
It'll be
People
like
do
in a
weird shit on
a third world country.
Yeah.
like some kid.
It's fucked up. And
Yeah.
people are just
Flooded
asking for
again.
donations. And I'm like, dog.
Yeah, bro.
It's no good.
It's twisted, bro. It's an evil world we live
It
in.
really is.
Flooded again.
Nah, but
There is this
fucking
one dude who was doing. I just watched some shit about this. This shit blew my mind. I never knew about this. I think he got arrested this year or last year, and for like a couple years he was doing. I can't remember what they called him, but it was a fucking crazy name, and he was promoting his shit on Twitter and just taking them to his website where you would pay to like for a membership to get in, and you would watch him like castrate people. Like people would go to him to get their shit chopped off on live, and he would just like cut it off with like scalpels and shit, and just like, and they raided his house. He was someplace in Europe. They raided. People would fly there from like other countries and shit to get their shit cut off on live, and people were like paying to like see it and everything. And
what the fuck?
when they raided his house, they said that there was like,
Jeffrey Dahmer?
no, bro, this was like I said, he got arrested last year.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
What was he streaming on IG or?
No, he would
something
promote
normal?
it on Twitter and he had like a
Okay.
big Twitter page,
Yeah.
and it would take you to his website where you would buy like a subscription to his like service or whatever,
Okay.
and you could go in and watch the live streams of him doing this shit.
Also, that's pretty much a red room.
That's the
Pretty,
red
I mean,
room,
it's the closest
practically.
thing, but nobody died. It was all people who were consenting to it, and
Okay.
nobody ever died from it.
Okay.
But they would go in and watch him like cut people's fucking dicks off and shit, and like do weird shit, like
Fuck.
like mutilate them before they would fucking cut them off. And
What the hell?
and then when they raided his house and like arrested him, they said that there was like, they were almost like 100% sure that in court they said they were almost 100% sure that he was like eating
Eating
people.
the dicks.
Like he was like freezing them, and there was like evidence that he was fucking cooking it up and like eating it.
What the?
Like for his own, not
fuck?
even on stream or anything. That was like his own personal thing.
Wow. So he really had the bag of dicks.
And that fool made bands off of it. Apparently it was like lots of fucking people paid to go into that shit.
Imagine he pisses you off and you tell him to eat a dick. And little do you know.
Little do you, he has.
Little do you know he's
But I think he did that shit on
a
himself.
I will
sick bastard.
I think from what I heard,
Yeah.
he got famous because he did that on himself. Like live streamed himself cutting his own dick off or something like
like
that.
BME Pain Olympics. Do you remember
Yeah, but
that?
but real, because that shit was like fake.
I
I
heard
think.
that shit was fake too. Yeah.
But this was like real.
What the fuck?
That shit's
bro?
happening in the big, or it happened in 2024.
in the big
like,
2024.
That's crazy.
What the fuck? That fool was. That's what Jeffrey Dahmer used to do. Or I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer ever ate the dicks. I think he kept them in freezers and shit. That was our Jeffrey Dahmer. I hope they locked that fool away, bro.
He definitely is locked up. Yeah,
Yeah, but European
crazy.
prison is a cakewalk.
that's what I'm saying.
He'll be fine. He'll be back to eating dicks anytime soon.
That shit's so crazy, bro. Like, what the fuck? That shit is insane. I heard there was a movie that came out in Canada like a year ago or something like that. I don't know why, but I just
Dick eater.
no, not about that. It was called Red Rooms, and apparently it's really good. It's like a horror movie, and it's about this girl that like becomes obsessed with this dude's trial who is like doing red rooms, and the whole story is like how crazy obsessed she is, and she like gets her hands on all these like tapes and stuff, and it's like what, like it's supposed to be super fucked up.
Yeah.
I think it's in French. I think it's like a French Canadian movie.
I heard.
But
Yeah.
but
Sorry.
I don't know where in the past like couple weeks I saw like tons of people posting about it on Twitter and stuff. I'm assuming it like recently came out on a streaming service or something.
Yeah.
But people are saying it's really fucking good and
Really?
super fucked up. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of want to watch it because people are
Dude,
saying it's like
no,
a hard watch, but it's really good.
Okay. If it's worth it, then that's always the thing for me.
European, they say, I think it's like European horror is the best. Like in terms of like how crazy it is. Like
I've heard a lot of stuff internationally. Like I've also heard that a lot of Asian horror is like some of the best in different respects, and then there's also like a lot of like Latin American horror is also really. I've heard a lot of things internationally actually.
Dog, I'm gonna send you this video. There's this video that I watched. This girl was going over a bunch of like crazy, like extreme. What is it called? I guess like extreme violent horror stuff, and just like very strange horror movies and stuff. Some of that shit looked fucked.
have
like
you guys
very fucked up.
Have you guys heard of this film called the Serbian film?
Yeah, I mean, of course that was on the list, but there was a couple movies.
Dude, look it up tonight.
I know about it.
Okay.
We've talked about it before.
I didn't see it. I saw a video essay.
Yeah,
I couldn't
that's
sleep.
The move. That's the move
I
is
couldn't
to not
sleep.
watch the movie. But she was talking about there was a couple movies that she said were even
Crazier than that?
like even more fucked up than a Serbian film that she had on that list, and I was like, that's.
Dude, I thought a Serbian film was like the cream of the crop, bro. Like here's the fucking one.
I mean, that's probably like the most popular, like very extreme horror movie.
Here's Illmatic, you know.
But yeah, there was a couple on that list that I was like, I don't know about this.
That's
like, there's some
nuts.
very
when I found out
some questionable films.
I found out
I
about
heard
a
Serbian
Serbian film
is like illegal.
not too long ago. I've actually found out about it, but I read all about it because I saw people vouching for it, and I saw interviews from the director, and so I was trying to really figure out, is it really overblown? Is it accurate? Whatever. And then just upon like reading, I mean, I know everything that happens. I read everything that happens in it, and just reading it, I was like, I can't. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I like a lot of fucked up movies, but there's always so much more to them. And in this, I just failed to see anything more than what it was.
It's literally a movie where it's just like, it's nothing but the pure. There's nothing to gain from this movie.
Yeah, dude's just a fucking edgelord.
I was
just
gonna
an
say, yeah,
excuse.
nothing to gain from this
the
fucking
director
movie.
will like stand by his stance that he
I
made
read
it as
his
like a
interviews, like a few
economic
of them.
like.
Yeah.
He made it
It's
as
a-
like some sort of political statement, like the
because, I
Serbian
mean,
government was fucking them or something.
because
yeah.
from what he says, the whole point of the movie is that it's like how fucked up all the economy and everything was, and how people were like forced into like very fucked up ways to get money, and this was just like the extreme of it or whatever, just like showing. But I'm like, come on, brother, like you could have done this in so many other ways.
You could have even had the same premise and just not gone to the lengths that you did.
I legit, I'm telling you right now, I saw a video essay.
I did a bunch of research because I was like really like,
I couldn't sleep for like a week, bro.
I wanted to rationalize it. I wanted to make sense of it. But everything I saw and read, I was like, this is just trash. Like, there's no way. Because I listened to his side. I listened to people who liked it. Listened to people who scathed it. I read exactly the synopsis and everything that happens. And everything just
Pull up
like...
to the frame, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Everything just... I'm like, this is just like... Like I said, you could have the same message and even the same premise. I mean... It's an interesting premise, but what you decided to show was like you could have shown people being murdered. You could have even shown rape. You could have shown various things, but the degree to which these things happen and it's just like the way it all ends up is just like, no, this was just an excuse.
It's
to
fucking horrid,
just
bro.
shoot the worst shit possible.
It is like, it's like It's like we're even like beating around the bush to like how fucking
Yeah,
crazy
well,
it
yeah,
is.
that's the
Yeah.
and that was the thing too. I think when I first watched a video on it, or I think that's what made me go further, is everything I was reading and watching was beating around the bush of exactly what happens. I was like, why can't anyone say what? And then I got a hold of it, and I was like, so it's like the worst shit. Literally, you can
No,
imagine.
it literally like you couldn't even think of this. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't even think
Yeah.
of this shit. Like
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
fucking disgusting it is.
Yeah.
Like really that? Really? I legit I remember getting queasy and like legit I could not sleep. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Because that video essay showed like
Yeah.
a scene.
Mm.
And I was like,
I only saw the trailer because I was like, just so I could get like an idea of the tone, because people were talking about the tone and things, and that stuff is important. Although, with what he's showing,
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters. But I wanted to get an idea anyway, so I watched the trailer, and like, yeah, it did come off like kind of cartoony and pulpy to a certain extent, but not enough for just basically all my research, nothing made it like. This is just not something I feel I'll gain anything from seeing. I feel like it will take from me more than it will give to me. So, yeah. And I just, and then the people who are writing super hard for it, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because there is some shit I don't even want to say, but there is some, an article I read. There's an article I read from, I just don't want to say it for myself.
yeah.
But there's an article from Bloody Disgusting, which is like a pretty popular horror movie site or whatever. But this guy was like really into the movie, and like there was a particular like joke he made with the director upon meeting him that just really fucking bugged me. I was like, no, it was like you were doing all this, like defending this, and then once you made that joke with the director regarding something really fucked up that happens, it just told me no, there's nothing serious or deep about this movie at all. So I'm good. I'm cool on that.
Nah, dude.
Even Martyrs. I've heard Martyrs is good, but I've thought about seeing it, but I heard that there's like a torture scene that's like one of the worst torture scenes in like any movie.
Let's
and
watch it together. Hold hands.
but again, it's the thing where
I'll make
like
it better.
it's like it has a very cool premise, and I heard that it's well done, but I don't know, man. It's like, it's not that I even have a problem with gore or even certain things being depicted. It's to the degree of certain things. I don't know. I have a line, and I just don't know sometimes if it's worth crossing my line. For me
Personally,
but some stuff I like other people can't stomach. So
as long as a movie is good,
that's very that's
I'm
the
the same way
important
with
thing.
music. I am the same exact way with music. As long as it's good.
It's like, well, even like
And
Tarantino,
appealing,
you know, Tarantino's gratuitous, but God, he executes everything so well that it's like,
amazing.
That's
like,
very important.
But the thing, like, dude, like, I don't know, that fucking movie is
Although the scene in Pulp
disgusting,
Fiction, though,
bro.
the rape dungeon scene, totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like that scene, like even a lot of the other stuff, there can be like narratives about violence and hyper violence and like being kind of like jaded to it. But I was like, but why the GIMP scene?
Yeah.
That scene
What from what movie?
Pulp Fiction.
I haven't seen
Out of
it.
like all of Tarantino's movies, and I love Tarantino, but that scene always, I'm like, why?
So rubbed you the wrong way? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't
You don't.
seen it. I have
Oh,
to
you haven't
watch
seen
it.
Pulp Fiction?
I've seen
It's a great movie,
the
but
beginning, but I haven't finished it.
But that scene really comes out of nowhere, and when it's done, you're like, what was that? What was that about? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Fools. There's some quaint choices in filmmaking for sure, brother.
Yeah.
Like his obsession with feet.
Yeah.
His weird obsession with fucking feet, and then he.
I like that he just like admits to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Really?
cool with it. Yeah.
He's like, oh, I fuck with feet.
I can't remember. He made some like joke about it. Well, I think part of like why he put so much feet in like his latest film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, was because people have been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna double down on it."
Yeah.
And just put a bunch of feet in it.
I'm just gonna put the dogs out.
Yeah. So it was just like kind of like
Down with the dogs.
him just being like embracing it, basically. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a freak.
Nah, the freakiest shit is when he sucked or he drank liquor off of
Salma
Hayek's
Hayek's
fucking foot.
Yo, it is Salma Hayek though.
The hell, again?
Nah.
Yeah, I was
Not even Salma
I was gonna
Hayek's
open
foot.
up with a joke. I was about to, lucky motherfucker.
What the fuck? Nah.
Just this
If
one time.
if I got to
This
drink
is one second, 'cause
champagne
it's
off of
Salma
some
Hayek.
part of Salma Hayek's body,
Yeah.
you're a gay guy, Joey.
That's what I'm talking about, slime. Yeah, that was possibly the.
I'd do it.
And then he like cast himself just for.
Yeah,
That-
that's
that-
insane.
just that
That's the
part.
craziest part.
That is my favorite thing. There's also
He's a
that's so
gooner.
good. That's my favorite thing when guys write movies for themselves and they cast themselves as the lead.
Yes.
And what do you know? There's some hot and heavy scenes in the
Mhm.
film. Like, do you remember? It's a good movie. Did you guys ever see Don John with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I don't think so.
I
No.
don't think
So it's about a porn addict and basically him trying to find real love because he like literally cannot get off with a real woman. He like gets married and the girl's like super like Catholic or whatever. Or I think it's actually Scarlett Johansson's character actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, he gets with her and she's so fucking hot. Like Scarlett Johansson, but she's very Catholic and
Banging.
she's like, nah, like you don't fucking watch porn or whatever. And then he literally, when he's fucking, like he can't get it up for her at all and then has to go turn on a porno and like squeeze it out and she catches him. But the whole thing, he's like a raging porn addict until he actually finally meets someone that he has a real connection with. And then he's like, oh shit, you know, it changes him. But there's like scenes with Scarlett Johansson. There's like one where he like dry humps her in a hallway and she's like talking dirty to him while he's like fucking going. And I'm like, damn, you really wrote yourself into this
Yeah.
scene with Scarlett Johansson, who you casted. I'm like,
freaky ass. Freaky
Joseph
ass.
Gordon-Levitt, you're a dog.
What the fuck, bro? What a weirdo.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
She is bad as
I'm
hell.
gonna write
bro.
the movie. I'm gonna cast the baddest woman in the world, and I'm gonna direct myself dry humping her while she talks dirty in my ear. And it's all and it's so funny to try and be like, oh, well, it's just for the movie. It's just for the what we
Right,
have to
yeah.
do. It's your
Just
whole
for the
movie.
movie.
It's your movie, dude. You could change anything.
It's for the sake of the
It's
film.
for the script. It's like you wrote the script. You're directing it.
That's
You're the
so
guy. You
crazy.
chose all of this.
So crazy.
freaky ass movie. Speaking of freaky ass movies, 50 Shades of Grey.
Never saw it. Did you
I
see
never
it?
saw it.
Fuck no.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
just
just heard it
speaking
wasn't
about
a
it for
good
work.
movie.
We just bring it
Yeah.
up.
It was
Talking
a
about
very
freak
bad
ass
movie.
movies.
Oh.
Mm.
I just heard it was a bad movie. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was
I
like
heard it was just a
really
rich
good.
guy that
Well, I
just-
also heard the books aren't good books.
Well, they're
Oh,
not. I
really?
mean, they're literally.
They're
weren't
smut.
They were written on like a fan fiction
Yeah.
website for fucking Twilight.
Yeah, they're
or
like
something
cheap smut.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Or Harry
that
Potter. I
lured
think
out.
was it Twilight or Harry Potter? I don't know. Something
Twilight.
like Twilight. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing is that it was a fan fiction. The writer was just like obsessed with Robert Pattinson as
Yeah.
Edward in Twilight, and so in her mind, like it was started as a fanfic of like how she wanted Edward from Twilight to
Mhm.
like torture her.
But it's like, you know, that shit's not
What
going to
the
be written
fuck?
well
Yeah.
because it's posted on a fucking fan fiction website. Like none of
Yeah.
that shit's ever written well.
the
Like, what
Batman,
Yeah.
the Batman beating her shit up.
You feel
Yeah,
me?
but then she had to write more books,
Yeah.
and which is kind of crazy. Like
That
it's,
is fucking
it's
insane.
like it's like when Melania became first lady. It was like, oh fuck, I didn't bargain for all this. Now I actually have to like do stuff. Yeah, so she had to
That shit's
write
crazy.
more books, and yeah, I heard none of them are fucking
Dog.
good. She's not a good
Really?
writer.
There is some crazy shit that gets pumped out to like Amazon Video or whatever and Netflix and stuff that are based on like smut books.
Oh, okay.
There's this one that I heard of that apparently was fucking popping
Yeah.
on Netflix
She
like a
was
few years
bussin'?
ago. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the names of fucking any of them. But it was like basically like a woman gets fucking kidnapped and like is just kept by this dude or whatever. And crazy shit happens. And this was like insanely popular, like front page of Netflix shit. Like all these like teenage girls are like watching it and like obsessing over it and like posting about it on TikTok and shit. And then there was another one. I don't remember if it was on Netflix or Amazon.
Bro, how are you kinky as a teenager?
This is why I'm saying we got to kink shame because this stuff is not good.
That's
that
what
it's
I'm saying.
spreading
Let me
down
guess.
there.
The kidnapper was dashing.
Well, of course, always, bro. They're always dashing.
The fuck,
But-
bro.
Hot
Keep it-
fucking rapist.
Yeah.
Literally,
That's like the favorite archetype.
it really is.
This is
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about this. I was thinking
Yes.
about this the other day.
That's like what every TikTok girl wants.
I was
every
thinking
e-girl
about this
wants a
the
hot
other day.
fist.
How cool? So all the like book talk girls and stuff. It's always like hot guys that are preying upon these women and like kidnapping them and like
Just look at
doing
you.
crazy as shit.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit
But-
has
Never
like
saw that,
6
but yeah,
seasons
you're
or
But
some
I'm,
shit.
popular.
I'm curious because I know like lesbian smut is very big too. I wonder if that
Okay.
shit's. There's no way that shit's like that, right?
What?
I don't
Oh,
know.
Like if
I wouldn't
lesbian
think
smut
so.
is like the same as straight
Oh,
smut,
it's
where it's like all the straight smut
I
is like
doubt
sexual assault and
Dude.
stuff. I feel like the lesbian, it straight up is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I feel like
know,
the
it's just
lesbian stuff.
funny to
There's no
say.
fucking way the lesbian shit is like women being sexually assaulted and stuff.
like
I
by
feel like
women. Yeah,
I feel
probably
like that
not.
can be. Maybe it is.
Probably
Maybe
not.
lesbians are
That'd be
weirdos
interesting.
too.
I don't
but-
think. So. Yeah, I don't think so.
But I feel like it can
Because I don't
be.
think the power fantasy thing
I don't
for
know.
lesbians
Maybe
is like
it's,
that.
it's a
Yeah.
dashing butcher bitch. I don't know.
I mean, it could. It could be.
Dashing.
Brother, don't.
Prince-
Come on.
Prince Charming's name is Kelly.
But I'm just like, there's no way, bro. There's something wrong with these straight bitches, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro. This shit
Straight
is
women
weird.
are fucked
Mad
up.
weird
Yeah.
cut. Like,
That's a weird thing.
See, I don't think like Victorian women were thinking about this kind of thing.
nah, they were reading stories about being
I don't know.
princesses and shit.
That's what I'm
you know,
saying.
like
Yeah, I
back in
guess
the day,
so.
like
yeah.
locked away in a castle and
Like, I don't think
Prince
girls were, like,
Charming come save
Rubbing
them
one
from-
out to Jack the Ripper. They
Yeah.
are now though.
Yeah, most definitely.
rubbing them out to fucking Columbine shooters and shit now, dog.
That's what we talked about last.
Talked about that last time. Rubbing it out to fucking
What's-
school shooters.
What's
dog.
the male equivalent of this? Are men aren't really into like psychopaths like
no,
that?
I think
are
they
we?
are.
Are
I think
we?
there's a whole lot of dudes that
Yeah.
are like
Like psychotic women.
definitely like psychotic women, and there's like a whole
Yeah.
thing for like dudes that get off to like women's mugshots and stuff, where it's like and like
Oh.
specifically like
Yeah.
the
I
mugshot
have seen that.
with what the woman did. To
Oh,
get
what
in
they
jail.
did?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like I think that is
Damn.
a thing for dudes. It's just not as
Uh,
popular. I
Might
think.
try that
Hmm.
tonight.
I think you know what it is for straight dudes. It's like a challenge. Like you can't be that tough. I don't like that shit.
You can't be that tough.
Yeah. I
Bitch
think the
ain't
girls,
harder
the
than
girls,
me.
they like that. They like that you're like could overpower them. But the guys like, you could overpower me. You want to run it? You want to run the fade?
That's crazy.
I don't like that shit.
No, dude. You know what I didn't know? That was fucking crazy. That blew my mind. I didn't know Drake was an executive producer on Euphoria.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why the Kendrick
That's
song's
That's why the
called
country
Euphoria.
I called Euphoria.
Yeah.
I was fucking and I was like, I was doing the fool from fucking Hangover. That's fucking the fact that he has a hand. All the pedophile shit is coming to light, or you know whatever the fuck, and then he has a hand in like these teenagers being over sexualized.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
high
the dude who
school.
made Euphoria is also a fucking
A
weirdo.
freak.
Yeah.
Man,
You know what
weird
else?
as hell, bro.
Real quick, before we end.
No, we're not ending.
Okay.
I would like to eat
Me too.
Believe
And
it.
it's already 10
But-
o'clock.
eventually.
What's 10?
Yes, fool.
What time is
It's
it?
10 o'clock.
I actually
It's
thought it was
10:02,
earlier,
fool.
but
Um,
Dude, holy
I
shit.
thought it was like 9.
Right
but
before we
yeah.
end, though,
Yeah.
just to throw this in, we don't got to talk about it for long because my knowledge pool isn't insanely big with this. But Elon Musk's sister owns a streaming company where all they do is make like book talk movies. And it's all like weird, fucking insanely low budget shit. It's the funniest thing ever, dog. Like we gotta
So
we
she
gotta look
owns
into
a
it.
porn company.
But it's pretty much just softcore porn.
I love how
It's
like,
incredible, dog.
gotta
Like
beat
some
around
like
the
just
bush with
looking
this
through like
shit.
the synopsis and shit for some of these
my
is
God.
so crazy. And just knowing that Elon Musk's fucking sister is the one doing it it's amazing, bro. Like I'm gonna show you guys some of the shit after
Yeah.
this. Some of it is fucking crazy, and it's Elon Musk's fucking sister doing it.
We need a AAA budget porn.
That definitely existed. In the early 2000s, that was like the thing. They were or maybe in the 90s or something like that. But I know that was like the thing.
High quality.
Yes, where
like,
they were. It was like movie budget porns and stuff, and it just wasn't successful, so they stopped doing it.
What the fuck? I never heard of this shit.
It was it was definitely a thing where they were trying to make like movie budget porns.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I never heard of that either.
really.
Like
Yeah.
like Marvel level porn.
Well, not fucking Marvel level, but like regular like Hollywood movie budget shit. Like they were getting like real directors and shit doing stuff,
Uh-huh.
and it just like didn't work out because it's like where are you gonna fucking release this shit to a wide enough audience where they're gonna that many people are gonna buy it like online. Like you can't
Yeah.
release it in theaters,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so there's no way for it to make money.
Kind of reminds me of like the A for adult games. I've never seen one. Besides
Well,
Hatred.
I don't think they make them anymore. Like the only times they really make them is when they put them on Steam like that.
I saw Hatred. That was the
Yeah.
only one I
That shit
knew.
was so fucking stupid.
Dude, what? We're not gonna name drop, but one of the homies was
Yeah.
obsessed with this game. It was
It
kind
was a
of.
dog shit game.
It was
This
kind
is
of
a school shooter one, wasn't
worrisome.
I mean, it's pretty much like it's a mass shooter.
It's
game,
just
a
where
mass
you're like,
shooter
You're like this
game,
edgy
yeah.
ass dude wearing a trench coat and you have long black hair and you're like,
Mhm.
I hate everyone. I'm gonna go. Today's the
Yeah.
day that I'm gonna seek my
No,
vengeance on
yeah, it was like
society.
today.
or
This is the
whatever.
day that I'm gonna. No, it was like that. That this. What did he say?
This is
It's
the
like
edgiest, stupidest
the
shit.
that the humans have fed on this carcass of a plant. It's some crazy.
Some stupid shit,
yeah.
and then you go out and all you do, and it's like top down, terrible fucking gameplay and everything, and you just go out and like just mow people down with like machine guns and stuff.
Can
Like
do that
it's,
in Grand Theft Auto.
you can, and it looks better in
I-
Grand Theft Auto.
yeah,
Like it was straight up
100%.
just like it was like old GTA where it's just top down and you're just
Mhm.
like spinning around like shooting people. It's like fucking Dead Ops
Probably
arcade in
look
Call of
cooler
Duty.
in GTA too.
Yeah, it was a terrible game. It was the whole thing was just how edgy it was. That's why it like got banned and everything. 'Cause it's
They
like,
made a whole.
it's pretty much like a
fiasco
school
about
shooter
it. Yeah,
game.
it is.
Yeah.
It is like like the not the quintessential.
Well, no,
but
the
like,
quintessential school shooter game was that Columbine RPG or whatever that fool made.
There's a Columbine RPG.
Yeah, bro, it was made in RPG Maker, where you can just make your own RPG or whatever, and it was fucking popular. Like people downloaded it and everything.
Charisma is a 0. You just start at 0 charisma.
I mean, it says I don't know. I don't really know too much about it, but it looks pretty shitty. But
Mhm.
people liked it, and that fool ended up. Dog, people make video games for every fucking school shooting, every mass shooting. There's video games for.
what the fuck, bro?
Dudes are fucking weird.
I don't know.
And every
bro,
time there's a
like,
school shooting,
who
for
are
some
the
reason,
developers
these fools-
on these games, bro?
it's just like it's random kids. It's always like
Mhm.
young people making them.
just idolizing this one.
Pretty much,
fucking-
yeah.
this
And
one
then they're like,
thing
no,
in
it's not. It's
history.
not pro school shooting. And then the next school shooting happens, and they have all these fucking games downloaded to their laptop. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I
no,
wonder
it-
where they got the fucking idea to get these specific guns and everything, and like do this specific thing.
It's kind of like the thing. It's like this goes for anything that people make. So like, they'll make that one thing their whole personality. That goes with
No, yeah,
with
100%.
anything. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like-
it's not like. It's the type of
There's
thing
no
where it's
depth,
like
you know?
I don't think like them playing that game made them fucking shoot up a school.
Yeah.
But I think if you're that obsessed already with like mass
Yeah,
shootings and weird
100%.
shit, of course you're gonna download all these fucking school shooting simulator games or
you're
whatever
like,
the fuck it is.
you're almost like groomed into like
Yeah,
being
well,
the next guy.
dog, that's a whole thing we could have another hour-long conversation on. Is those fucking rooms that straight up are just like 40-year-old people just grooming kids into doing mass
shooting
shootings
shit,
and like
yeah.
Nazi shootings and stuff. Like all the fucking mass shootings. That black kid, I told her in last
Yeah,
episode, I
last
think that black kid that did like a white supremacist school shooting or whatever.
Yeah.
He got groomed on these message boards or whatever the fuck they
Mhm.
are, and like so many international even like shootings. It's all these
the
fucking weirdos that get groomed by these like this group of like 45-year-old people that are just like, yeah, let's keep having these kids kill themselves and kill. It's so fucking weird, bro.
Oh,
I don't know
think-
how it doesn't
I
get
think
shut
I
down
actually
because people
have
know
heard
who
of
they
that.
are.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Why are these 45-year-olds on message boards?
No, dog, I wish I remembered. It's one of those like those encoded like messaging apps. I don't remember, like Tether or something like that.
Yeah.
And they just create these things.
Telegram?
It might be Telegram actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
where it's like thousands and thousands of like kids join it, and they're like just sending pictures and just like plotting out like how to do mass shootings and stuff. Like, it's fucked up, and it's always Nazi shit. Like the people who own them are all fucking Nazis, and they're just getting these kids to be like, if they're not white, they're like, oh, you should kill people because you should hate yourself for not being white. And if they're white, then it's like you should kill people because your existence is like being threatened or whatever. Like, it's so fucking crazy.
What the fuck, bro?
But it works, bro, because all these school shootings, all of them always have fucking links to these groups.
yeah, I don't know. How
It's
old are
fucking
these
weird.
kids? Like from 12
Dog, some
to
of these
18?
kids are like, yeah, like 12 years old.
I'm assuming
in
the
these message
the
boards.
ripe age of 12 to like.
Yeah. Like there's this
18,
girl
yeah.
recently, like last year or something like that she was like all caught up on like being obsessed with like the Columbine people and stuff.
Yeah.
And she ended up in one of these message boards. This girl was like 12 years old wearing like just straight up a white supremacist like hated everybody, wanted to kill people, and then she ended up killing herself and writing this whole manifesto thing about how like she's a Nazi and like how she idolizes all the school shooters and everything. And I'm like, how the fuck do you get to that point at 12 years old?
It's mental illness, brother.
I mean, it is, but it's also people who are fucking preying on you because
obviously.
of
I feel like the internet is so unregulated. Like there is no.
It's
like
I'm also,
like
I just it blows
like
my
Chance
mind.
was
How
saying.
the fuck did a 12-year-old find herself on like shit
exactly
like that?
like Chance was saying, where it's just like there everything you could ask for is just so readily available because of this fucking thing, you know, like where you can essentially fall into traps without, especially at that young age that you don't even know you fall into, or like, you know, it's just like it's kind of like these things where it's like at a young age, obviously you're gonna pick up some kids play soccer. I skated, you know, like some people, you know, play baseball. Some people do art. Some people
explore crevasses.
Yeah, explore crevices. Some people just happen to, you know, that their thing happens to be this community of fucking nutcases, and everyone's a nutcase, and then everyone's egging the nutcase, and then the nutcase does some nutcase shit.
Yeah.
You know what was so funny about that is I was never in communities online when I was a kid, but there were kids at school that were. There were kids at school that were like on like Tumblr and blogs and like, because my parents didn't let me have social media till high school, and even then, once I got a hold of it, it was like just like Facebook and then messengers like Skype.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like on forums or blogs or anything like that. But there were kids already at 12 that were like deep into like communities.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like. I didn't get that part of the internet, especially because I spent more of my time playing video games.
Yeah.
And I almost felt like, well, now it's different, but I almost felt like that kept me out of some of those weirder corners.
Me too. Because I feel 100%. Like, I was never into like getting into community. Like there would be like people that I would play video games online with like regularly, but it was never like.
Yeah, I had a couple people on the internet, but they were like, I didn't talk to them a lot though.
Even those people, it's like, if anything, like maybe I would add them on like Facebook or whatever when Facebook was like the thing, and like we would message each other like, "Oh, are you gonna play tonight or something?" Like that's the most it ever got, and like I would only play with them on like PlayStation or whatever. I would never fucking. I never got into like going into websites looking for like communities and shit, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go watch. If I'm interested in something, I'll watch a fucking YouTube video on it. I'm not gonna interact with the people in the comments and like that's so fucking weird.
You gotta think about it this way though, like I don't want to say we're fortunate. Maybe we're just regular in this aspect, but like we have friends.
I was gonna say we also do have friends.
We grew up having friends. Like we weren't fucking complete weirdos.
Maybe I think that is like the big thing though. Is like all these people don't have like a community outside,
like actual tangible, you know, like homies. Pause.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Even when I had like only like literally like one or two friends at a time, because a lot of times I've just like always been like very socially inept and like awkward. I still didn't like run to the like internet. I don't know, but I've always been like fairly comfortable being alone, being solitary. So that is where I benefited. Whereas, some people who aren't good at making friends and also don't really enjoy their own company and stuff like that. Yeah, that's scary.
No, fuck, dude.
So I mean, it's just I think to me the real surprising thing is like that it still happens, where it's like kids still. Which I mean, I get that like people are more online now, and there's like more people that are in communities online, but it's just kind of surprising to me that there's still like communities like that like take advantage of people like so openly, go about it and stuff. That's so crazy to me.
Would you argue that we're starting a community in a way like?
I mean, I don't think so, because when I listen to podcasts and stuff all the time. I don't think of myself as like part of their community or whatever. Like there's podcasts that I listen to every week, and I'm not like interacting with people and doing all that shit. Yeah. So I don't think so. Not necessarily.
Yeah. No, it's,
I don't know.
But
it is kind of fucked up, because when we were younger, though, I feel like it was. I don't know. Like the internet was definitely different.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was easier to see fucked up shit when we were younger, because like everything you looked at, there was like links to like weird fucked up shit.
Yeah, I was watching.
Like, I managed to duck all that stuff too.
Really?
Yeah, because
talking 2 girls 1 cup.
Believe it or not, when people told me about people eating shit and people getting their heads cut off, I said, No.
Ah, smart. You're a smart guy.
It just wasn't for me.
But I mean, like, most of those websites like don't exist anymore. You know, like most of
Yeah.
those websites that like
Or if they do, they're like very,
it's like very hard
polished
to
now.
get. Yeah.
Like Live Leak.
I mean,
Fuck.
is Live? I don't even know if Live Leak still
It
exists.
exists,
but I know like
it's not
the other ones, like all
what
the
it
Google
is
websites
anymore.
and stuff. They don't exist anymore. Like you can't go to those
Yeah.
websites anymore.
Mm.
But
Thank God, bro.
But I feel like maybe that got replaced with like these weird like small communities where they're like, if people are searching it out, then you can find communities on even Discord or whatever. That's all it is. It's just people posting like the most fucked up shit.
Right.
So like maybe that's another reason why this shit is like starting to get even bigger. I don't know.
I could see that.
Bro.
This is a kind of fucked up topic.
Yeah. All right, let's fucking end it.
All right,
here,
let's
bro.
end it. This
All right.
was
God
episode
Loves
7.
Ugly, episode 7. Almost 3 hours, bro.
Glue.
Love
Jesus.
the people who watch, even if you don't make it to the end. Appreciate running up the view counter
Every time.
Appreciate the likes, those that like. I've gotten calls and in-person interactions from people saying that they've enjoyed what we've been doing, and that's really cool. So yeah, if you do make it this far, leave a honk.
No.
Honk
Say.
Oh, but I like the honk.
Honk is
Say
good.
God loves the homies.
God loves the homie. Honk for the homies.
Honk for the homies.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Honk for the homies.
Either one, whatever you like. We'll know.
Alrighty. God Loves Ugly.
Free
All right,
Palestine.
Love y'all. Bye. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.